The Wondering Dutchmen podcast.
Where none of us are Dutch, but we all live in Holland. Join us where we talk about what we all wonder about. This is the Wondering Dutchmen podcast coming to you from Smokers Lounge.
Welcome back.
Here we are.
Still in business.
Here we are. Fired up the torches again for the 15th time.
Oh, man.
Hell yeah.
Wondering
Wondering Dutchmen.
it just gets better every time we get together.
Oh, yeah. It's like fine wine.
You know what's crazy? By
Tell
the
me.
time this episode rolls out, the fans have listened to a great interview on Tuesday with our buddy Chase Bland.
That's right.
The one and only Wandering Dutchman athlete
That we have currently
in the stables.
In the stables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they listened to another fire episode, which will be 114.
Oh, yeah. That
And
was a
then
banger.
the crazy thing of it is today, February 2nd. Today is February 2nd. Happy Groundhog's Day.
That is right. And guess what that little bastard said?
Spring's coming,
Amen.
hopefully.
Yeah.
But anyways, while we were getting ready for tonight, we've just had some major freaking news.
We had a banger of a day.
banger of a
Real
day.
good day.
Probably-
Real good day,
Probably the best day in Wandering Dutchman history.
in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah,
And-
to date, best day. Has to
Yeah,
be.
and it's all going to come to fruition soon.
Big things.
Be patient. Probably one of the guys that's our inspiration,
Oh,
Big
yeah.
Mason and I.
That's right.
Smoke is in
He's
the
going to love him.
He's going to love him. I think it's going to
Yeah.
be a great convo. But that is, and we've got another lineup of interviews that are just going to be unbelievable.
I'm really excited for our next show, like the spinoff show, In Depth. I really love it. I love the format. I think it's going to be. I'm just excited, man.
Yeah.
But we got to stick to our roots. We're not forgetting about the OGs. You know, the
Hell
original.
no.
The Dutchman's still going to come out weekly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
It's gonna
yeah.
be- For the Wanderers, we're going to keep everything rolling like. It's just like it's like ice cream day for
a
In
little
Depth.
bit. There's something special.
Well,
break the
there-
week up.
Special.
Well, there was and then there's another idea that we're brewing
Oh yeah, but
with
we're not going to talk
with
about
a current
that too much,
partnership
though,
that we
right?
have.
Are we
No,
going to?
no. We just want. Well, here's the inside skinny here. Fans, you guys wanted more. The Wanderers wanted more.
Yeah,
They said we
yeah.
want you more. Except if you said we get too much of you, Big Mace, we need more smoke.
Yeah.
But that's not here nor there. But we have more content
Yeah.
that we are working on,
Oh yeah.
and that's in the plans and in the works. But the reality of it is, we all work full time.
And we have kids.
We have kids,
9
and we
kids
have
between us.
Beautiful
wives.
wives, full-time
We've got
jobs,
baseball season coming up.
softball
Mace has got
season.
one in softball, 2 in softball. I coach. Smoke here is going to work a lot of concession stands for us.
Be slinging them dogs.
Yeah, slinging them. Hey, by the way, we better, whoever's running concessions for Southridge Middle School baseball better be getting Merkley products. That's all
That's
I got to
right.
say.
That's right.
That's
We're-
for sure.
We're going to have to talk to the boys, and we'll get that straightened
And
out.
Busch Light.
But, well, we can't sell that down there.
I can drink it while I'm cooking
Yeah.
the dogs.
So we've
That's
got
right.
a lot of big things coming. We just can't talk about them.
No,
And that's the tough thing.
you have to stay tuned if you want to understand these updates.
And, we're not selling you a bill of goods. This is legit.
That stove
Is about to
is
launch off the
ripping
wall.
right now.
Well, it's just blasting the heat out there. It's cold outside.
Yes, it is.
It's just a little old.
We apologize if you guys hear any of that. Hopefully, it goes away as the fire starts to settle down a little bit. But hey, I got something big that I can tell you about,
Go ahead.
Okay.
and I've been withholding this since I got here tonight. I was tight-lipped about it through the pre-production meeting. I haven't said a word about it, but I was gifted something today by a follower, a fellow wanderer. Actually,
Oh,
it was a pair of wanderers,
Oh.
a business owner,
Oh.
and they got me a gift. And I just waited to say anything about it until right now. So I want to go ahead and start off by the BS session. You know, how's your week? How's everything going and everything like that? And I'm going to go first.
Okay.
And I'm saying the week is going really good so far.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah.
That's right.
But most importantly, I want you guys to check this out.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm
Yeah.
ready.
Folks at home, if you're listening, what I'm getting ready to do is I'm going to take my jacket off, and show the fellas this wonderful piece of clothing that I have received.
Hey!
From my friend and best friend ever, Christian Schwinghammer, and his lovely wife, Miranda Schwinghammer, who is the owner of M&S Designs. She is a fellow follower of the show, and she's made me this shirt. I'll get the mic out of the way so you guys can see it. But if you're a listener of the show, you'll understand fully what this means. But it clearly states that my hymen hurts. Because at one point, while enjoying a nice dinner with my wife at Applebee's, I told her that my hymen hurts. And unbeknownst to me, an ignorant, big, meat-headed feller like myself, I didn't quite know I didn't have a hymen. I thought that was that hangy ball in the back of my throat. Turns out it's not. But, hey, thanks, Miranda. Thanks, Chris.
Oh, good. That's awesome.
M&S Designs. Look them up on Facebook if you guys need any shirt-making needs. Miranda's she's got a little shirt gig, and she made me a shirt.
Wait, so she gets an ad and he gets a T-shirt and you and I get nothing?
No, you got the raw reaction.
We got the laughs, I
Like
guess.
I
Oh, my
totally wanted to
gosh.
get this out earlier, but I thought it was going to be that much
Oh,
better,
my.
just to get like so yeah. They haven't seen it yet until right now, but
Oh, my.
yeah, that one was
Actually,
that's my opening deal there.
I was at the Legion last night and somebody did ask how your hymen was doing.
So
So
right now it's fine, but then it hurt pretty bad. What do you think? You like it?
topic number 1, Mace, go ahead.
Oh.
Shit. That's what we love, boys and girls, folks at home. We love the Wanderer interactions. We love hearing about it. We love these in-kind contributions to the show. And
That only seemed to
Hey.
benefit him.
eat your freaking jerky and drink your freaking Dutchman beer, and let's get this show on the road. Smoke, how's your week going, brother?
Real good. I don't know if it was the weather change back and forth, the time change back and forth, both. But when I got back from San Diego, I just felt gray for,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know,
Jet
3 or
lag,
4
man.
days.
Jet lag's a real bitch.
But I don't know, like the last day or so, I felt like I got my color back.
Hey, yeah.
I'm back
Hell
amongst
yeah.
There you go.
the group. So
There you go.
going real good. Been a good week. Lots of good news today, and just ready to go jump in this episode with both feet and
Yeah.
Yeah.
put it all out there.
Come on in, son. The water is fine.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah. What's up?
It's your turn.
Oh, fellas, I'm burning the candle at
Both ends.
all 3 ends. If There's a
Yeah.
4th end.
Yeah,
Gotta
you
watch
come,
your hymen.
You come
Yeah.
dragging in. You come dragging in tonight. That's for sure.
Well, we're kind of back to working full time and busy potty training, which is on the upswing, and we'll talk about it a little bit later.
That's
and
good.
Baseball by now, we're a week in, so we've seen the boys out working on some things, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, we start Sunday.
Oh,
the
by the
5th.
time this comes out.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I was gonna say,
weekend things.
shit, my kid missed it because I didn't drive him there.
I see.
No,
I see
so
what you're saying.
so getting ready to get real busy, but my wife is a saint. I've always said she's a saint,
Absolutely.
and I appreciate everything she does. As I walked out of the house tonight for the 3rd night this week to
Yeah.
record.
Yeah, this one's been weak.
Yeah.
Or, not weak. This has been rough.
It's
not
been a busy
the
week.
Opposite of weak.
It's a good problem, though.
yeah,
For sure.
It's a good problem.
Cranking out quality content for
Yeah.
our
For
fam.
quality listeners.
That's right.
Well, we
The
believe there
Wanderers.
to be quality
For
listeners.
sure.
Oh, I'd say at least most of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Most of them. And I heard that we had a listener in. Where did he tell me he was at on vacation?
The
Bahamas?
Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
I heard about that today, too.
Yeah. So that's cool. So we appreciate you taking us on your vacation.
Yeah.
We enjoy that.
yeah.
Because we had Aruba.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Kelsey, the Ernie
The
squad,
Ernie's
they
there,
were
yeah.
in Aruba. So when that showed up,
The
on
old Dutchman just getting out there, worldly fellers.
when
Yeah.
that showed up on our on the analytics there, we were like, holy shit.
We really made it.
We really
We got
got
a
it.
listener in Aruba.
But we hate, but it makes all sense. You guys ready to rock?
Mm-hmm.
I think we jump into hour one.
Here
I
we
think
go.
we do. Hey, before we can jump
Wait,
into
wait,
hour
what?
one.
Why? You not ready?
Well, before we go into that,
Oh.
I just want to say a sincere thanks to all those wanderers that have continued to listen and share, because I'll save this for final thoughts.
Okay.
I'm gonna take that emotion, I'm gonna swallow it, and
Put it
I'll hold
down
on
deep.
to it a little bit. Hopefully, it doesn't hurt my hymen on the way down.
No.
But give us into hour one here, please.
Okay, guys. Hour one, again, being brought to you by our buddy Matt Krieg Insurance.
Kriego.
Stop by tonight to see us. Actually,
Yeah, just dropped in to say hello. That's good. So here's a fact to consider, Big Mace.
Okay.
On average, there are almost 19 million insurance shoppers who get stuck in the buying process. They just quit.
19 million people.
Jesus
Intimidated.
Christ.
This is horse shit. We're done.
A lot of reading.
A lot of reading. It's never good to be a statistic. And this is one of those instances. Luckily, with hour one being brought to you by Krieg Insurance,
Oh yeah.
we're going to tell you about a guy who can take care of that for you. All right?
I bet it's Matthew Krieg.
Matt Krieg, located in Huntingburg, Indiana. Matt's your local insurance agent who wants to help you find the best health and life insurance for you and your family. He specializes in Medicare supplements and Part D plans, as well as major medical and voluntary benefits. As an independent agent, Matt is able to research plans from nationally recognized companies as well as the smaller, more locally based ones. So he's just out there to search for the best plans and companies for you.
Yeah. Good man.
So you need it. You're interested in it. You don't know if you need it, and you just think that maybe it's worth learning about.
Hey, life insurance is a good thing to have whenever you're trying to get your ass in the ground, because that
Yeah.
stuff ain't cheap.
It's also not a terrible. It can be used as investment plans for some folks. I
Yeah.
mean, there's multiple benefits to a good life
yeah.
insurance plan.
That's right.
So anyway, I can't tell you about it. I don't know shit about it, but Matt Krieg does. The Krieg Insurance. So find his link in the bottom of the video, cell phone or his business phone number. I'm sorry, and give him a holler. See what he can do for you.
We could push his cell phone out there. He might like it.
Oh, God. Taurus would probably hate our guts if that was the case.
Yeah, I would say so.
All right.
Hey, but thanks, Matt Krieg. We
That's right.
appreciate it. Give him a call.
Yeah.
And he's told us that he's had some calls from it, so we appreciate that. We
That's
appreciate
big.
that.
That's real big. That's what we like to see. All right. My first topic tonight is magazines. Are they still a thing?
I think so. I think
Okay.
they're more relevant than newspapers
Oh, yeah.
to an extent.
To an extent, which I'll get to that in a minute. I got a little bit of a rant, but I'm going to keep that bottled up for just a second. So tonight, I was just kind of sitting here, kind of pondering what to talk about tonight, because I don't ever really struggle to come up with something, because I don't know, I've got like a really wandering brain.
Yeah, it's that ADD.
It is, and like I was just thinking, trader papers.
Mm-hmm.
Remember those?
Yeah.
Auto
Like
traders.
Auto Trader and
Yeah.
Farm Trader, Tractor Trader.
Yeah, tractor. It was Fast Line. Like those are tractor magazines, stuff like that.
They're always free.
They were free. But what about the subscription magazines? Did you guys ever do that?
Oh yeah.
I can remember when they used to have fundraisers selling magazine
You damn right.
subscriptions.
Yeah. So my question is, what, minus the ones that like you have to be 18 to buy, what were some magazines that you found yourself reading a lot?
The Horseback Street Chopper.
What?
That was the one I subscribed to.
Can you say that again?
The Horse Backstreet Chopper. It was just like an old chopper mag, like biker magazine.
Biker magazine.
You just,
yeah?
like folks, like there's good shit, man. I was in one of the issues.
No.
Back page, they had like a, you submit your photo there, and then it was
Like a beaver hunt.
Danger Days.
It was running wild with the Backstreet Choppers, and had my picture on there.
Nuh-uh.
Oh hell yeah!
That
he's
is
famous.
insane.
The day that I got home and found that magazine with my picture in it, that same day when I got to work that morning, I was in a recently new to me truck. And I was waiting outside of the old Sony DADC where I worked at the time. And, I'm flipping through all the things because I've only had this truck for a couple weeks and I was kind of early to work. And I found a gift card to the Outback Steakhouse stuck in the
Yes.
window flap. And I'm like, Some dumbass left this trash in here, so I called the number, and it had been unused. Well, I don't know if it was unused, but it said $50 on it.
No, it did not.
So that day, I found a $50 gift card to a steakhouse, and found out I was in. I think it was like the November issue of the 2011 Horse Backstreet Chopper magazine. And,
Do you still have the magazine?
I think it's up on top of the fridge up there.
Oh, you
But it
damn
pops
right.
up on my Facebook yearly because I always repost it when it happens.
We're gonna have to dig that. We're gonna have to do some
Oh, yeah.
investigating.
But
when we
anyway,
do-
that was
when we
mine.
take
That's
our-
the only one I
take our
ever
break.
like regularly knew when it was coming, got excited it was coming.
So I've got your mail before while you guys are on
That's
vacation.
creepy. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd have
so
led
like
with that.
Huh?
I'd have led with the when you're on vacation.
Well, yeah. Like I've been snooping through your mailbox, but you get a shit ton of mail, and there is a lot of magazines in there. Like, I mean, some of it's just your regular old run-of-the-mill junk shit that they send you, but like most of the, I mean, you get some good stuff.
Well, it's Janelle gets one from the American Veterinary Medicine Society or something like that. Comes every month.
I bet there's some quality reading in that.
She
huh?
doesn't even open it. I'm like, honey, why don't you just? She goes, well, it comes with my membership.
AQHA Journal, I used to get that one too. Sorry, that's out of nowhere, but
AQHA, American Quarter Horse Association.
one.
I knew that one.
Yeah. Everybody knows that you
I'm a big
are
cowboy.
Danger Dave and 4-H guy.
I mean, there's buckles still hanging on the wall. Over
he
there.
does.
oh yeah.
Magazine-wise for me, I have Men's Health has been one that's in the
Oh,
past.
Yeah.
Field and Stream,
Oh yeah.
Golf Digest, ESPN Magazine for a while when it was a quality publication, and then Sports Illustrated.
Swimsuit edition.
Well, just to get the swimsuit edition. Same thing with ESPN.
Yeah.
To get the body issue. That's a joke, kind of, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, so those were probably the big ones. But
Gonna
sorry
squeak
about that
right
there.
in there.
But I do have an interesting story about an over 18 magazine.
Oh, good.
go
ones.
ahead. Well, go ahead and
No, I just used to get like I would get subscription magazines. Like, and I used to get like you said-
Highlights.
huh? Highlights. Yeah, remember those from school? Yeah, we used to get those.
yeah.
Revolver magazine.
Ooh.
You remember what that one was? It was like
Handguns.
no
Oh.
music. Like Sirius Octane, the
Oh, okay,
radio
okay.
station on Sirius,
Yeah.
satellite radio Octane. Like it was modern news about that genre of music.
Okay.
So like, I guess you'd call it heavy metal. It was like a heavy metal news magazine, and I used to read the shit out of it because at the mine, you know, like when I was running an end dump, you had time, you know, like when you were getting loaded or doing everything, you know, taking lunch or whatever like that, you had time to read magazines, and this was obviously before the smartphone revolution.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which Peabody had a very stringent cell phone policy that I definitely followed.
Yeah. You didn't
Really
want to.
closely.
You didn't want to cheat Mr. Peabody.
Yeah, because I did not. Yeah, I really took
Straight
that
and narrow.
serious. Yeah,
Yeah.
with my cell phone there, didn't use it at all. With there when I was working for Peabody.
Law and Order every
Couldn't
time. That's
did-
us.
did-
Mr.
do it.
Peabody's cool.
Yeah, but like so, I just I don't know, and like when I joined a couple organizations. Like I was always a member of DU, Ducks Unlimited.
Yeah.
I've always been a member of Bass,
Yeah.
and like you get Bassmaster.
Well, you're kind of known as the outdoorsman.
Yeah, so I always get those, and then like I joined an organization like recently that I'm not like I think I might have been a little bit bamboozled,
Uh-oh.
but we'll talk about that off air because I'm not.
Oh, we don't want to.
No, because that could potentially lead to like the forbidden zone.
Oh, we don't want that.
We don't want to talk about.
We don't want that.
Yeah.
So-
certain things we don't talk about,
So this brings us.
like politics.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We
don't
don't.
need
We're
that.
not, we don't do
Yeah.
that.
So when my 4 years at the University of Evansville,
UV.
I was a member of Lambda Chi Alpha, and
Is that a Greek?
yeah,
Okay.
it's fraternity.
Because they say if you don't go Greek, go teak. And if you can't go teak, then go home. You ever heard that?
What is?
I don't
teak?
know, but the Teeks at Evansville when I were there was interesting crew. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
Never
but-
heard of a teak.
Yeah, Tau Kappa Epsilon.
Epsilon.
Epsilon, yeah.
Is it different?
That's
Is
the name of the dog in Up.
what?
You know that movie Up?
Yeah.
cartoon.
Great movie.
What was it?
The dog, the guy's like mean dog. His name was Epsilon, or maybe the Epsilon was a chef. Sorry,
You
Oh,
are
no. Well,
so.
it's the only way I can relate.
Hey,
to all
Dave,
this
welcome.
Greek talk.
Dave, welcome back.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks,
everybody.
Dave. Yeah.
Wow.
So, anyways, there was a lot of local guys that resided in that same house at the time I was down there. But, anyways, we
Like
got
they weren't part of the thing. They just lived
no, they were part of it, but they're local guys,
Oh.
DuBois County guys. Phil Colley,
Oh,
Matt
I
Trawiski.
thought you meant they like just lived in Evansville around the
Oh, no, no,
university.
no, no,
and
no, no,
lived
no,
in
Yeah,
a
they're
house.
just random
Just-
people that we let come
Yeah,
live
well,
here.
we did let some random people. There's a lot of wild stories that we just can't tell because
Okay.
we just some of them things need to stay buried where they're at. But anyways, we got 2 copies of Playboy every month.
Of the same copy.
Same copy. So like if it was March, we got 2 editions of March from Playboy. And so one month, the centerfold that was in there was friends with a girl that we knew that went to Evansville. And this girl was fairly local. So we did a philanthropy teeter-totter-thon for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. I think that's what it was for. I could be wrong on that, but I think that's it. Anyways, we would go to the Hooters in Evansville on Walnut or Lincoln and Green River. And so this girl that we knew, whose friend was the centerfold, was like, she's going to be there.
The centerfold?
Yeah. And I was like, no way. I was like,
Get
does she
out.
work there? And she's like, well, she used to, but she's from the area. So she's going to be back because you guys will be whatever. So I actually, in my possessions at my father's house, which my father listens to this, so it'll be interesting to see. He'll,
Oh, Frankie be digging that out.
yeah, we'll see. But I actually have a signed centerfold from this girl.
Get
and like,
outta
And like
here.
when it all transpired, like she's standing there like fully clothed, and like I was just like, hey, like, will you sign this? Just not like we had talked beforehand. That wasn't like the first thing. She's like, yeah, just open it up to the centerfold. And I was just like, this is probably one of the most awkward moments of
Oh
my life.
God.
As I stood there, as the one that was in the magazine is standing there, fully
In
clothed,
real life.
signs it, and then, kiss on the cheek, was like, hey, thanks for being a fan. And I was like,
Unreal.
easy, pump the brakes on that talk. But
Thanks for being a fan.
I didn't even know who
you
you
know
were.
what she was hinting at, too. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Didn't know who
Can
she
I tell you a side story about that, too?
Yeah.
That kind of happened at Hooters?
Yeah.
Or no, it didn't kind of happen at Hooters. It did happen at Hooters. Without breaking any sort of...
I'm going to have to find that, by the way.
Oh, yeah, you definitely will. You have to bring it in. We can't hang it on the show because we're a family show.
We are
Yeah,
family
sure.
friendly.
That's rated explicit.
Yeah.
So, kind of on the same line, without breaking any rules here, do you remember that show? It was like a DVD that you could buy, and they advertised it on on the E channel late at
Oh.
night.
Yeah.
That
Certain
the
like
folks that-
fights.
it was
the folks that went wild.
Oh, yeah.
GW.
Yeah.
GGW.
Yeah.
Okay. There was a girl that worked at the Hooters in Evansville that was featured on one of those videos.
Yowzers.
And one of my best buddies, who I will also leave nameless, was watching that said video
Yeah.
and was like, "Holy shit! I know who she is," because she said like she was from Indiana and oh my god, I'm from Indiana. You know that whole deal.
That's exactly how the conversation
So
went.
we used to go to Hooters like
every Wednesdays.
every
They had
Wednesday.
all you can eat.
So we would go there for wing night. He confronted her about it, and she was like, "Yeah, that was me, and I'm not too proud about it or whatever."
Well, I think there's been a lot of that because isn't
yeah,
that
'cause-
guy like on the run from the law?
Yeah, it could be. But anyway, long story short, we went back again the following Wednesday, and he had in tow a copy of said DVD,
Oh, no.
and she signed it.
What a gal.
She signed it.
Does
Yeah.
this said individual still have the copy of the DVD?
If he doesn't, I would be extremely upset. or not upset, but like disappointed that he would lose it.
Now, will you give us the name off air?
Yeah, oh, yeah,
Okay,
100%.
Cool,
Yes, duh. Yeah.
Whew.
But anyway, yeah, magazines. Are they still around?
What a rabbit hole we just went
Yeah,
down.
hey, but that's the beauty of it.
Yeah,
That is
It is
I don't
beauty
know.
of it.
Like I was always like, you know,
But-
people always get this big stigma about Playboy magazine.
Yeah,
There's some decent reading in Playboy.
yeah. Well, I mean, they'd have like some legitimate interviews with people.
Yeah.
Like now, like I think in a modern sense, like Playboy is nothing more than a slightly advanced GQ,
Yeah.
or like what
Maxim.
you see on like Maxim was probably almost a little bit more extreme than that.
Maxim magazine. I used to get Maxim magazine, and then remember Cosmopolitan magazine?
But, oh yeah,
There was that one section in there was like a freaking graphic.
yeah,
What the hell? What they call it?
erotic novel.
Yeah, an erotic novel. But one of my favorite magazines of all time that's kind of gone, and I'm bummed that it's gone, is Reader's Digest, which I'm sure it's not gone. But when I say it's gone, like,
You don't see it as much.
yeah, and my parents used to subscribe to it, and it was always in the bathroom, obviously.
Yeah,
Where most respected magazines go.
found their way.
know?
Yeah,
But it's like, I feel like now, with everybody having phones,
it's just
you
non-existent.
don't see them hardly anymore. And like, since COVID, too, like,
I was in Doc Flaming's office, not a single magazine out
like
there.
going, yeah, because you can't. Because
Yeah.
like going back to the COVID stuff, like how COVID has changed things.
Yeah,
That I feel like that's one thing that we missed. It's like there's not magazines anywhere anymore, hardly.
No.
You know, because you don't want, like, even when our kids were little, you know, and you go to the doctor and they got that big stack of like kids books and stuff at the doctor's office. You're
Yeah.
like, God, don't touch that.
yeah,
Like, you're in the sick room. That's where the kids with fevers go. Like, don't touch
Yeah.
that. You know.
yeah.
And I think, I don't know, like I bet, you know, like magazine editors and companies and everything, like they had to take a beating, like when, like the Facebook revolution and the social medias and all that.
Yeah, but I
bullshit.
think a lot of that.
They were probably owned by the TV company anyway.
That's what I was gonna say.
What's that?
There's
The
only
magazine?
there's only like 4 or 5 major multimedia companies in the world. Like that's part of the. We could really get into conspiracies and rabbit holes
Oh,
there.
boy.
But they're literally like there's only like 4 or 5 legit media companies that
That's how you
own
get
all this
so
other
many
stuff.
of them on those fundraisers back in the day because they're all the same
Yeah.
people.
So they've condensed what they've done for their operation.
But I really liked Reader's Digest
yeah.
when my parents.
I
Always
would
had
say like miss like Field and Stream because they always had some great hunting stories in there
Oh,
and some
yeah.
other things, and then like Golf Digest just because I enjoy it. But you know, there's still some quality like I don't buy them, but like fantasy football and like fantasy
yeah.
football magazines and college football previews. Like there's some that like legit people buy every year, year in year out, but those aren't like regular periodicals. So.
You ready for my rant?
Well, your rant here is well deserved because I think anybody that lives in the surrounding area of DuBois County has recognized and realized that this is a real problem.
Yeah.
And I think you're going to call attention to it.
Yeah. Should I say the name of the publication? Can I do it?
Well, how are you going to do it?
We'll just say.
Well,
I mean,
he would
just-
say that he would say the.
You're
and
going to
then-
lead into some critiques of a certain
a,
DuBois.
a certain DuBois County newspaper.
Yeah,
that
leave
is
it that
no-
way.
A certain DuBois County newspaper that is no longer published in DuBois County.
And no longer owned by a DuBois County family.
Yeah, and it is straight garbage.
Yeah.
I hate to say that because, like, I know that a lot of people
They
in
don't
the-
make that paper there in town anymore.
no,
it comes up out of Kentucky or
Owensboro.
something.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, how the hell do they know what's going on?
exactly. So everybody that's from our area, for those of you listening that are not from our area, strap in. But we used to have a newspaper that was published in our area
Quality.
that was a very, very good newspaper.
Yes.
I mean, it was up to date. It was always on topic. Like it was a great,
Full coverage of local stuff.
exactly
National,
It was a
state
great,
stuff.
great publication.
Well,
And now it had been bought out by some corporate bullcrap other company
yeah.
that is not in our area anymore, and it is straight bullshit. I seen in 2 days, 2 different instances in the last month. In the 2 different instances in the last month,
No, it's inexcusable.
like they have completely botched. Like everybody knows that I work for the street department
Yes.
in Huntingburg.
Yes.
They had a picture of us doing some concrete work. We do a lot of concrete work,
Yeah.
replacing a big, long stretch of sidewalk.
Yep.
And it was a photo of us, completely recognizable.
Because nobody wears the high vis like you, big fella.
That's right. And we have shirts that literally say Huntingburg Street Department on the back of it. And in the in the what do you call that?
Description.
In the description of the photo underneath, it said, "The Jasper Street Department is hard at work putting new sidewalks down at 3rd and Walnut." You know, and it's like,
There's no 3rd and Walnut in Jasper,
I mean,
is
there may be a 3rd and Walnut in Jasper, but that sure's the hell not the picture of it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because why would a guy in Jasper be wearing a shirt that clearly says the Huntingburg Street Department?
You got any moonlighters? Maybe that's going on.
Unreal. Well, then, today, I noticed a photo that was taken of the Lady Raiders basketball team.
Yeah, because right now, for our non-Indiana listeners, sectional time in Indiana
is
for
right now.
basketball is unreal.
Yeah.
And girls basketball is first. Boys will be in about a month.
Exactly. Girls basketball sectional is currently going on right now.
Yep.
And it says, like, "We back the Cats. Go Lady Cats," you know, or something like that. And it's a picture of our Southridge Lady Raiders basketball team.
Yeah.
And the shirts, the jerseys that the girls are wearing in said pictures clearly say Southridge Raiders on the front of it.
Yeah.
And it says in gargantuous bubble huge letters, "Go Lady Cats, we back the Cats," which obviously everyone knows the Jasper Wildcats
Yeah.
is who they were talking about, implying in said picture, but it was the wrong freaking team. Like, that is unexcusable to make that all the way through the editing process to
And
where
the
it
printing
through the printing process, and it makes it to the shelves, and that's what you see. Like, that's bullshit,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I
Come after me if you want to.
I was
That
a
said paper.
big fan of the newspaper. I've always been a big fan of the
You
newspaper.
were like the only one on our road that got it.
Well, and that was a gift from the in-laws.
That's fine.
That ended this year. Because there was a point.
Got it.
There was a point last year where it would come up for subscription time. And they were like, "Hey, do you want us to renew the Herald?" And I was like, "I don't really read it." But I said, for $5 more a month, you can get me the Wall Street Journal delivered every day.
Nice.
And they saved that money and continued to buy the Herald.
Oh, boy.
So my father actually is probably the one that suffered the most from me not getting the subscription anymore.
Right.
Because I would take them because they come in the mail now. They don't even have newspaper delivery people anymore. Don't even
Really?
deliver. Come in the mail. And legitimately, I'd get it from the mail, and it'd just go on top of the fridge till Dad was over for Sunday dinner or whatever, and then I'd take it and hand it to him and just go on about it. Because it just, to me anymore, there's a guy that I know, Matt Crane, DuBois County Free Press. It's all online.
That's right.
Matt does a great job for his small shop. There's no free ads, but, Matt did a wonderful article about Mom's Foundation, like, stuff the Herald used to do on I just sold them out. Well, there we go.
About 4 times.
Cat out of the bag.
Yeah, we're
So-
talking about the Herald.
Anyways, that Saturday edition, and I think a follower of the program, Bill Powell.
Yeah.
That Saturday
That's right.
edition with its photo. You're a DuBois County transplant. You've never seen the Herald Saturday edition in all its glory.
I'm sure I've seen it at the in-laws,
But it's like, it used to be 4 or 5 pages with pictures and a nice, like, in-depth story of somebody local. And now I don't even know what it is. So
It's so stupid. The sizing is dumb. What you got?
maybe. Oh, that's the Huntingburg Press from 1999. My bad.
Turn
Rookie.
your mistake.
15 weeks of this.
Yeah. But anyway, I just wanted to vent a little bit on that. Pick it up, Harold, or whoever you are,
It's done.
or wherever you live.
There ain't no picking that.
Get your shit
up.
together. Make a good paper. Get your facts together.
You know what I would love?
Fake news.
No.
That's what it is.
Oh, you're talking about that.
Yeah.
We don't dive into that either. I would love it if some local individuals wish to take it back up and buy it back
Oh, it'd be cool.
and return it to its glory. But that's probably not going to happen, is it, Dave?
I feel like it'd be awful difficult to kick off a whole printing program.
Well, you got to figure they still have all that stuff over there in Jasper, wouldn't they?
Well, that building's got a new name on the outside of it.
They probably sold it all.
That's
All right,
a shame.
Casey, what you got?
The trials and tribulations of potty training.
Oh, no.
So we, because we like to challenge ourselves in the Lindemann household, we potty train our kids when we have newborns in the house because it just makes life so much better.
Unreal.
It's the only way to do it. So for those listening at home, we have going to be 5 in April, going to be 3 in June, and then newborn. So close tight in age. And we started potty training Zoe like the day we brought Ryan home. Like just sat out on the porch. It was during COVID time. She ran around buck naked. We had to potty outside, and she just kind of figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
Trials and tribulations. She did really good. Rhino, we had some ups and downs, but he's done pretty good. So today was the first day. This week has been the first week he's gone back to daycare, and had no issues today, which is exciting. But he's had some moments where there's been some real questions about why are we doing this. The first was getting them to figure out how to poop is the hardest.
Oh, yeah.
So for like our younger parents that listen to this show,
Yeah.
like there's a book called Oh Crap. It's a potty training book. We've used it. We got it from one of Janelle's friends, and we used it for Zoe. It worked great. Ryan, it's worked really well. But it's great. But it's basically says like, get them naked and then just let them roam, because they get used to peeing or pooping in that diaper, and then when you take that away, when that urge happens, they kind of freak out a little bit, and then that's how you say, oh, well, you got to pee. This is where you go do this. So you get the urge. Where a lot of the old school potty training is, well, we'll take you every hour, and then, slowly but surely you kind of get it figured out that way.
Isn't that wild how those tactics directly correlate with what you do with a pet?
Oh, yeah. Well,
Like,
I mean,
like you let them roam type thing, but like with a cat, you pick them up and like put them in the litter box. Like, this is where you're supposed to go. Does that make any sense?
I've never potty trained a cat.
Yeah.
I don't think I have either.
I won't tell you who, but I may or may not know a crazy cat lady that is very well versed on how to do that. But kind of like let it roam, and they'll get that urge, and then you take them to where they're supposed to go.
How do you know they got the urge?
Well, no, not the cat. Like the when a kid's getting ready to
Oh.
shit. When a kid's getting ready, if the kid's getting ready to shit, they make one of these looks, like.
I get the kid. I thought you were like waiting for a cat to make a face like.
Yeah, no,
like,
you just ask it. Hey,
Yeah.
Hey, Rufus, got a shit? Come on over here and let me show you where this sandbox is at.
So anyway,
Unreal.
so poop's the hardest. So we like the pee worked out pretty well. Like not a whole lot of issues with that. Like he figured that out pretty quick. But it was the poop that was challenging. And the first couple nights.
Shit poop.
So the first couple days, like he doesn't poop. So you got to know he's log jammed. And anyways, so he one Friday morning, because we're still home.
His beers are froze.
Yeah, he.
I'm really struggling here. I'm sorry, guys. I can't believe you're even trying, dude. I mean, I
Why?
don't know why. Because as soon as I seen this in the show notes, I was like, unreal. He's got to be talking about Rhino, because this is like when we had the twins, and the twins were roughly, they're 2 years older than the kids than Eleanor. So like, not to the day, but right around in that area.
Yeah.
And like they said, like our pediatrician, who is also a twin dad, he knows his way around a situation of potty training. And
Yeah.
he told us, like, just when you think you got things going your way with the twins, and then Eleanor came home, he's like, just quit. because you're going to have to start over. And we were like, oh, my God, no way. And he's like, yeah, it's called regression.
Yeah.
Like when you bring a baby home into a household where you have a malleable mind, such as Rhino, and they see Rhett Man just letting her eat, filling the old diapers up, he thinks that it's all right for him to do that. You know what I'm saying?
I thought that was more of like an attention
I
thing.
can't believe that, like, and it's wild, but like Zoe, you know, like maybe she would have an accident here or there, but I mean, I'm just saying, you know, she's considerably older, which,
yeah,
I mean, that may not be even relevant, but like I can totally see where Rhino, like if he sees Rhett doing that, like Eleanor, when like our twins, we literally went from like a pull up and like going to the potty to like full blown, I'm shitting in my pants just because I can.
Well,
it was wild.
But we've
and our doc, he called it like spot on.
Well, and we had, because the timeline with Zoe, we had started a little bit before, because Janelle and I had to quarantine 2 weeks prior to Ryan's birth.
Right.
So she did, like, we had started like pre-Ryan, and then when Ryan got back, we were kind of still in the process. But I don't know. I guess we just look at it as it's something new, to where it's actually kind of giving him a little bit of attention with bringing a new one home. But I mean, outside of the 7:45 wake up call where Zoe's screaming he's got poop all over his hands, we've been pretty good, luckily. So,
well, Pablo Picasso's in there making a new painting.
Oh no, he had come into our room.
That is wild.
And was sitting on the dog's bed, and Zoe just screams in my face. Mind you, we're sleep deprived parents of a newborn. He's got poop on his hands. And I just, like, eyes just fly open, and, like, instant, like, find him, get him to the bath. And Janelle's still like, what's going on?
Oh, no.
And just like, honey, it's just shit all over the house.
Just don't worry about it. I'll get it.
Yeah.
You
just go back to sleep, sweetie.
To sleep, honey.
You know, our youngest one just finally got potty trained. I'd say, I don't know, it's probably been 6 or 8 months now.
You know, and that's the, I remember when
we bought diapers.
I remember
for 14 years.
Unreal.
We were buying diapers and wipes here.
I hate it. I hate every bit of it. But can you imagine? Like, let's pause for a moment. And our older listeners that would have to be considerably older, where
washing the diapers.
Oh my gosh! Can you imagine that? like I did the math. Like because we changed Rhett's diaper every time, and Janelle was feeding him. Like if she was feeding him every 2 hours, so 12 times. 12 new diapers every day.
Yeah.
Just
take that times 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank God for Sam's Club.
Oh, yeah. We buy them in the big box.
And thank God for the diaper party I had.
Yeah, that's a good idea on your part.
Mm-hmm.
The old diapers.
Yeah. So we're in the throes of potty training. He's doing pretty good, but I sure as hell hope this last one's the last one we got to go
I
through
just
with
remember.
Well, how are you ever going to potty train him if you don't have a newborn at home?
Don't you dare. Don't you dare, Dave. You son of a bitch.
I just remember in the potty training days with the twins, for some reason, Eleanor just doesn't. She's just like she's a fluke. She's an anomaly. Like that single child following twins. I'm just surprised she's not already got a full-time job and driving.
Yeah.
At the age of 7. You know what I mean? Like she is the most independent child I've ever met in my life.
I love when I pull into the driveway
and
she's sitting up on the hill on her bike eating Cheetos, just mean mugging the passerbyers.
or up on the roof reading a book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like by herself. Like, what the hell are you doing? Nothing. Reading? Why?
Yeah.
What do you want?
Why the hell are you bothering me, Dad?
Well, just checking on you. They're 7-year-old, 7 going on 14.
Yeah,
but I don't. It doesn't really not really many stories jump out with her other than like her pooping on the driveway at the Shirley's, which we covered that earlier in our expedition. But yeah, so. I mean, the twins, when it was always, I was literally looking through some photos the other night on an old SD card that we had. We plugged it in the computer, and it was like, I remember sending it to, like, my buddy Nobby and, Cybo and a couple of my buddies back in the day, it was like, instead of building beer can pyramids, now I'm building diaper pyramids. And it was like one day, and like you said, it was like one of those bad days where it was probably 40 diapers from daylight to dark, and it was literally like I had them all mounded up because if we weren't wasting our time on no freaking diaper genie.
Oh, we've got one.
Yeah, and that's fine because you only got one kid at a time.
Yeah.
But I mean, good God, I'd be freaking. I mean that
emptying it all the time.
That freaking diaper snake.
Yeah.
That shitty diaper snake. You know what I'm talking about? That you put your diaper in, you squeeze or you twist it a couple times, and then it looks like a big long line of like anal beads full of shit diapers. You know what I'm talking about? Like a big diaper snake.
Yeah.
That sumbitch had been from here to the drive, here to the road and back, and I was like, piss on it. We'll just take one of them 50-gallon Roll King trash bags and fill that baby
Dump
up.
her in, yeah.
But no, I just I don't envy it at all. My wife always tells me we should have had another one. We should have had another one, and I'm like, I hate diapers. I love my children so much, but I hate potty training, and kudos to you, bro. I tip my hat.
What? Like, I don't know if this makes me a bad person, but like I told Janelle, like we had that conversation, like about 4, and I told her I was like, I love you to death, but if you want another baby, it's not going to be me. Like, and if that's the case, like you can keep the kids. I'll take Monty. You can have the house. Like, I'll move in with old Papa Frank. And
what about Merv?
She'd keep Merv. But I just because like I hate to stay like. When you get to know that, like, the kids have personality, like Zoe and I can sit there and talk and have a conversation. Not real in depth, but, you can – and Ryan's getting to that point. And then, like, I just like my sleep. I like being able to lay my head down on a pillow and wake up 6 to 8 hours later, fully rested. The kids slept through the night. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Just not my favorite thing about parenting.
That's wild, man. Potty training's a bitch. And I think it always will be. Like, if anybody said, "Oh, it was so easy for us," they're lying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, and I think it's like one of those things, like how you become a parent, like the secret handshake or the nod.
Yeah.
It's like, yep, we're potty training one.
I remember, Smoke, you were kind of flipped out with the little one.
Yeah, you took forever.
Like, but you know what? Like, I think it's a thing, though. Like, you just, like, it's kind of like, it's a hard analogy, but it's kind of like a drug addict. Like, you can take, you know what I'm saying? Hey, give me a break. You could take these people to all the rehab in the world, but they're not going to quit.
They gotta want to stop shitting their pants.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to quit until they want to quit.
Yeah.
Just like old Big Will, like he's not going to stop shitting in his drawers until he wants to stop.
He didn't either.
That's what I'm saying. That's a wild deal, isn't it?
I think that's when we first started hanging out, and you're like, yeah, he'll just shit his pants sometimes and then laugh at me.
And Casey and I were like, how old is he?
You mean he gets his driver's license?
He's 48 months. Yeah. 48. But you know what? I don't know.
Well, and I think, like, our approach to it has been, like, not going to get worked up about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, get frustrated with it when there's failures. Like,
nah.
There's no reason to get your britches in a bundle.
Yeah, and I think, like we had talked about it before. It's like, if you're having issues, just put him in underwear, and then if he goes in there, just let him suffer,
ride it out.
And then Dave's like, I don't think he cares.
Yeah,
like I really don't. Like I really don't think he cares. And I'm like, how in the world could that be?
Yeah.
Like that's just the most disgusting feeling you could ever imagine.
Oh,
if I ever get to that point, boys, when I get to the nursing home, and that's a real deal, just put me down. I will entrust you as my brothers to just sneak in there one of these days with a 22 and just put me down.
Glad you think I'll make it longer than you, buddy.
And to avoid that morbid turn, Smoke, what's your time?
Hey, what you got, Smoke?
Favorite type of shindig,
Oh,
because
my.
it's coming up on my time of year, the winter. Like I'm over winter now,
Oh, yeah, I'm ready for spring.
and
Yeah, I saw you got your Christmas lights down finally.
yeah. We went to a birthday party for a 5-year-old, I guess, a few weeks ago at like a
Ooh-wee.
jumping, all the inflatables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, kids had a blast. That's
Yeah.
great. But then it got me thinking, most of our kids, we normally do some outdoor thing. We're outdoor partiers. Like I like a big shindig with a bunch of people. Want to feed everybody.
What's like you talking about birthday, like your kid's birthday?
Just
I
any
thought you
type
were
of
looking at like a
shindig.
classification of a shindig.
No. Like if you're like, okay, I've got a special event.
Oh,
I want to
Yeah.
have people over and we're gonna celebrate. Like, are you meeting at the? You getting a room at a restaurant somewhere, or are you meeting at a place, or is it come to the house and we'll have a fire? Just that's my topic. I'm a come to the house. I'll cook for you, feed you,
favorite
and have
type
a fire.
of shindig.
Yeah.
See, I guess I read into it wrong.
I read it into like I enjoy a good 21st birthday party and a bachelor party.
Oh yeah, or like what style of party do you like?
Because
Because I'll take it. I'll take it first.
okay,
I'll capitalize on this past weekend's events for me, and it's like, what is your favorite type of shindig? And it's not only a shindig, but like, and it may not be my number one favorite type, but definitely top 3, a butchering party.
Oh.
now for the non-locals, a butchering party is a big deal around
It's a
these parts.
huge deal.
Yeah.
And we actually had talked about this early on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what episode, it slips my mind now, but like butchering in this area, for those that don't know what we're talking about, like we get hogs.
Not that we want to take away business from our friends at Merkley and
No.
Sons.
No, because they'll do it all for you, and they do
Yep.
custom processing at any time, any
Yeah.
day, and they'll get it done right for you.
and get it on the books.
Just
Yeah, get you on the
call
books.
over and Brad and John Boy, and they'll get you set up for appointment anytime. But with that being said,
We're talking about the recreational
Yeah,
butcher, where
we're-
it's more about drinking beer and hanging out.
and they can get products from Merkley's or from some of the other processing plants around here to aid in said process.
Yeah,
So, yeah, you get your hogs, you bring them to a location, you dispatch them, you bleed them, you scald them, gut them, and you cut them and stuff them and put them in bags, and the whole works.
yeah.
And that while the work's going, while the knife work's going and everything like that, I mean, you got your casual drinkers and stuff, having a few cocktails and stuff like that. But after it's over, and you get to reap the benefits of your labor, trying some of the product, trying some of your cuts, and trying some of your stuff like that, and that is like it's a full day, 2 days, free for all, work your ass off, sit in a lawn chair, drink beer, drink cocktails, and I really like it. And
Yeah.
The neighbors had one down the road here.
Well, they're friends of the program.
They are friends.
You
of,
give them
yeah,
a shout
Justin
out.
and Caitlin Love down here and down the road, and the Loves had their butchering, and the Winholtz, Tyler and Abby, and the Bushketter boys, old neighbor Doug,
Neighbor Doug.
and his brother Zach, and their wives Sarah and Cab. They had some hogs to work up, and we just went down there and helped them get them all worked
Yeah.
up, and it was a blast. And
You know,
had a
I
lot of
still
fun.
haven't been to a butcher party here in DuBois County.
Well,
in the
I
7, 8
I
years.
texted you 56 times that day.
That's when I got home from the San Diego.
I know. My wife was actually, and I'm going to be probably made out as a dirtbag here, but my wife was battling the Covis.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we had to record 3 times this week, because she was under the weather, and we took safety as number one.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And pushed things around and made things change for that. But I didn't spend much time at home that weekend, and I'll hear about it.
No, sure.
I will.
Yeah.
But like I think at one point, like on Sunday when I went back the next day after the butchering was over to retrieve my son, who I left there, she's like, "Why don't you just pack a bag and stay there for the rest of the week?" And I was like, "Hey, give me a break. I'm just trying to give you time to rest and maybe not get COVID."
Yeah.
But butchering is definitely top 3. But if I'm going number 1, I think I'm going with Dave, man. Either like, and this is going to sound stupid, but like, and I know I talk about it a lot, and Casey, you will get there. You definitely are going to come one of these days, this week, not this week, it's too cold, but whether it's out there at Shirley's.
I'm blacklisted out there.
No, you're not.
They
that is
they
wrong.
have solar panels, and they've told me that because of your stance on
Green energy.
mass production of green energy, you're not welcome on their property.
That's not true. But anyway, sitting on the lake, next to the lake, in a lawn chair, next to a cooler.
Hell yeah.
Toes buried in the sand. Watching the kids swim and play and kayak around and talking about nothing that matters. Bullshitting.
That's all we do.
Drink. I know, man, but I love it, and it's a huge part of my life, and it's I love that. Or sitting around the fire up on 1025 land up on the hill. Or
Yeah.
out there in my shop, or I love small, tight-knit parties
That's right.
where the kids can be involved and they can go do their thing, and we stay within our limits and just have good conversation, and and it's just, whether or not we're playing euchre or playing whatever, I don't know, I like little small tight-knit gatherings with everybody involved and people stopping by. I think that's another thing I really like too.
Yeah.
Like if we're somewhere and like just random people would stop by, like, hey, what's going on? And then they stay for a minute or two for a beer, and then on down the trail they go, Like I don't know. I think that's one of the small town things,
Yeah,
like it's
for sure.
That's a thing that happens around here, and I really like that.
Yeah. I read this as
We'll just take it whatever way. We're
Yeah,
not
you
bound
do
to
it.
anything
Field
here.
Hey,
and-
you're the infielder.
yeah.
You're playing the hot corner.
well, I mean, it's
You're taking a rope down the line. You field it as you want.
I mean, now
Let's go. Make the
now-
play.
Well, now that I've aged out of it, but when I was in college, I was a firm believer of banger 21st birthday parties
Oh yeah.
because I had a great one. Phil Colley and the boys, they threw me a hell of a good, just a blast of a birthday party.
Yeah.
Maybe someday that'll be a topic. 21st birthdays.
Oh my. I
but,
don't remember much of mine. I
yeah.
can show you pictures of it.
I don't think there's any that exist of mine, luckily. But we had just an absolute blast. Those guys threw me a hell of a good time. And, I made it my mission, when I was at Evansville. If a guy was turning 21, we're going out and doing a good one. There was a guy, he was a swimmer for Evansville, and his buddies took him out, and they were back at, 10 o'clock. And I don't know if I wasn't invited to the birthday party or kind of how that all worked out, but usually it was just a big house invite. It went out hey, so-and-so's 21st, but it was a Tuesday or Wednesday birthday party. And they came back early, and he wasn't even drunk, and I was like, what are you doing back? He's like, well, we're done. I'm like, no, we're not. Let's go. Rounded up a few of the boys, and we just buried him. And it was good. He enjoyed it, appreciated it. So I was always a firm believer, a kid's 21st birthday, gonna make it a blast.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, and it's good. So, but as I've aged now, I enjoy, the close-knit. I also like the close-knit, one of them random bar nights at, the Holland Legion.
Oh yeah.
Where the crowd is good, kind of like we had it the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. The crowd's good. A lot of people are there, but it's not too crowded. Your favorite bartenders are working where they're slinging the drinks. And, I think our buddy Rogie that night took care of us. He listens to the show.
Oh yeah.
He's got a sticker now. So we'll shout out Rogie on that one. But, I like how that develops. A couple years ago, we were down there. It was the day before Christmas Eve. We were down at the Legion. You remember? It was me, you, your brother was in town.
Yeah.
Bame and them boys. We just had a hell of a time.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
It's nice when that kind of little
like
shindig.
a small town bar, like the Holland Legion. Yeah, there's so many nights that I can't. I can't.
But I like those kind of shindigs.
I can't recant them all.
Yeah, I like those kind of little shindigs.
Small
like that.
stuff.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be necessarily at home.
Every big. Don't get me wrong. No, I'm not blanketly a closet hermit and only like to hang out with small groups of people because I can get down with a big group as well. You know what I mean? But as far as I don't know, and I guess in my older age, I could say.
You
back in the day, man, you had an old you found a hayfield somewhere with about 15 or 25, 30 four-wheel drive pickups, a fire in the middle, and about 200 high school age kids.
Oh, classic old high school party.
You remember those?
Yeah.
Those were bangers, dude.
Hey, you know
I don't
what?
think I ever went to a party in high school.
God, David, that makes sense. That makes sense. We had some absolute bangers, dude. Like cops would show up, people going running like it, which
Yeah.
we don't condone underage drinking.
No.
Like, that is a horrible thing to do. Kids, if you're listening, if there's anybody that's listening, number one, you shouldn't be because you're a kid, and this is not appropriate for
Marked
children.
explicit.
But anyway,
Hey, you know what? I think it's time we
You know
put
what?
hour one to bed.
wait a minute. I got something to tell you.
Okay.
Little history lesson here.
Yeah.
All right.
It's time for the pause for the cause.
Oh, yeah.
And did you know that the pause for the cause is brought to you by Maxie's Barbershop?
Thank you, Jay Maxey.
You want to know something else?
Hey, OG to the
Ride or die.
everybody remembers their first advertiser on their
Yeah,
podcast.
Ride or die.
Yeah.
Did you know that in the Middle Ages, barbers treated wounds and performed surgery? They created ointments. They could give you a bath, or they could crack your neck. Barbers competed with surgeons for their jobs. Did you know that?
That's a wild fact.
Until the 1800s, when science caught up and more complex surgeries needed expert knowledge of biology, the father of modern surgery, Ambroise Pierre, yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. I don't know if that's accurate, but
He started his career in the medical field as a barber/surgeon.
yeah.
Modern-day Maxie's Barbershop, located on 13th Street in Huntingburg, is not the place to have surgery or to get your neck cracked. But you can go see Jay for all your hair cutting and beer style and
Hell
mustache
yeah.
trimming needs. Jay uses an exclusive vacuum cut system to eliminate those pesky hairs from getting down the back of your shirt. Go see Jay today and tell him the Wondering Dutchman sent you. And Jay may even hand out one of our world-famous stickers.
Hey, Jay may crack your neck in there for you.
He could.
Yeah.
He was a former chiropractic student. Did you know that?
I think I did know that.
Fun fact. But yeah, go see Jay today for your haircut and mustache trimming needs. Get your beard evened up.
Get your
Get
bear trimmed up.
your beard evened up, and tell him the Dutchman sent you, and he might give you one of these badass decals. We'll be right back.
Hey.
And we're back.
Yeah, big thanks to Jay Maxey there at Maxey's Barbershop. He's been around with us since the start. We appreciate the hell out of that.
OG.
We appreciate the support. Hour two, though, fellas, we get into hour two, and as you know, that is sponsored by our friends at Catering by Meyer. You know they care about the food they serve when their motto is, it's the food they remember. Give Brad Brown and Jared Feltner a call for your next event. I checked out Catering by Meyer's website. They've got testimonials there.
Nice.
So I scrolled through.
Hell yeah.
I pulled one out from Tracy. Just wanted to say we had Catering by Meyer for my daughter's graduation, and I have never had their food before, so I was a little apprehensive about it. But it was absolutely fantastic.
Fan-freaking-tastic.
All caps on that one with 4 exclamation points. Everyone at the party was complimenting the food, saying how good everything was. We had their fried chicken, mashed potatoes, dressing, gravy, green beans, coleslaw, and rolls. That's a hell of a meal right
Holy
there.
shit.
Everything was hot, and they were on time and very affordable. I will definitely be having them cater for all my future needs. Job well done by Catering by Meyer. Fantastic food. That's a hell of a testimonial, guys.
Yeah, it is. That's what you need to pay the bills.
That's
right
what it's
there.
all about. That's what Brad and the boys give you. For over 10 years, Catering by Meyer has catered full meals for weddings, corporate events, graduations, banquets, anniversaries, engagements, and more. Complete menu with free tastings. Catering by Meyer should be your first call when it comes to hiring a caterer. Check them out on Facebook, website, or give them a call today. Catering by Meyer, where their motto is, it's the food they remember.
Amen.
Big thank you to Brad and Jared.
Thanks, Bubba.
Those guys, they do a great job. Their stuff is great. And I think when we throw the big Down with the Dutchman bash that they're going to be there, I hope.
I hope so.
I hope so. So into hour 2, Big Mace, what you got, buddy?
Where are we going fishing this summer?
I don't know.
I mean, as simple as that sounds, where are we going fishing this summer? Where are we going fishing? That's where I want to know. I want to know where do you want to take Smoke on the Water at? Where do you want to go take the SS Mimi 2 out? Like, where are we going? Where are we going to go fishing? I know, Casey, you're not typically a big fishing guy. But
Whoa, who started that rumor?
well, I'm just saying, like, you said, well, yeah, you are the resident outdoors guy.
I was just stating the obvious.
I wear that hat. I'll take that hat.
Fine hat to wear.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, where would you like to see the Dutchman go fishing this summer? And I think this is kind of tying into that whole that lake show that we were talking about.
The lake show.
Yeah,
The lake.
I'm just gonna throw it out there. I don't know if all three of us plus Arlo could get on Smoke on the Water. Is it seaworthy?
Oh yeah, Smoke on the Water. Now my boat, no, absolutely not. That's like fucking freaking 4 elephants riding a 2x4.
It's
Absolutely not. No. Not that Arlo's an elephant. I'm just saying.
No, Arlo's in great
He's
shape.
a fit, single and ready to mingle type cat.
Yeah, he really.
Yeah, he's a hotter than a $2 pistol.
When we take him up there to old Carmel,
it's going to be tough. Like
we're gonna have to keep him on task.
We have some accommodations already rented for that event, but I don't know. Arlo might have to get his own room. Just for other reasons there, but anyway.
Yeah, we all roll in there 3 deep with CPAPs and recording gear. Keep the meter spinning outside the old hotel. What are them boys doing in there?
Good God, they got heat lamps going on in there? Nope, that's just the F-16 jet. They're all fighter pilots. That's what they got. But
I would love. A guy I went to law school with, good buddy. Shout out Clay Maddox. He's a West Virginia boy, and Huntington to be exact. Clay's a good dude, good friend in law school, great family. But he has like an annual.
Hell of a model American.
Well, he is. He's a good old boy.
What else are we going here?
I don't know.
Clay?
I don't know. Good old boy. But he does a annual fly fishing trip.
Oh.
And I thought, I would love just take a guide somewhere.
Like the river runs through it. Remember that movie?
Yep.
Yeah. Exactly
Better
like
that than
it.
Deliverance.
Yeah, right. Paddle faster.
We might feel more comfortable at Deliverance.
I think I hear banjo music.
Yeah. So.
I don't know that I'd feel more comfortable at Deliverance.
Oh, make you squeal like a pig, boy. So when I thought about this topic, I was thinking back to a trip that me and my best buddy Nobby and my neighbor boy there across the highway, Phil Dog, which he listens to the show.
Does he?
Philip Beanie. Yeah, he listens.
Oh, he's 1025 land.
He's definitely a 1025er. And then Dave, your fellow congregation member, Elmo, Mr. Elliot Pruse, who's also a member of the show.
Yeah.
Us four, we took a trip down to Kentucky to Lake Malone, which Philip had been before. Not that hard to get there. A nice, easy hour and 50 drive. And it is beautiful. Rockfell, I don't want to give up on my spot too much, but I already did.
Nice place to be.
But it is, like for
nice.
Fishing-wise, like it is a perfect spot. Airbnbs available on the water with boat ramps. That's what we did.
Yeah.
Affordable. Like it's not
nothing
super,
crazy.
No, and there's nothing, like you better bring all your shit. Like you better bring your food, your drink, your groceries, because it's kind of
nothing out there.
Ain't much around down there. But I mean, it was a good time, and I really hope to get back down there this year. But as far as local fisheries go around here, I mean,
Patoka Lake's known for its crappie fishing.
Yeah, baby, crappies. Yeah, we go up to Patoka, catch some crappies, and then we could go to Glendale.
Yeah, a lot of people go over there.
You ever been to Glendale, Dave?
Camped there quite a few times. Never took the boat there.
Exactly. Yeah. So we could do a little camp. What is it? Catch, clean, and cook show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we could do some stuff like that.
Primitive campsites up there, I believe. No, they're not.
There's some camper spots.
Yeah. We took our camp. They had electricity.
I'm not gonna
trying to think how in the hell we were going to run the CPAPs.
Electricity, power strips.
Yeah. We'll have to take
Solar
turns.
panels.
We'll take turns riding the bicycle.
I actually bought a 12-volt inverter.
I've got one as well that I took to Colorado with.
Yeah, I plug it into a car battery, wired up to a car battery, and it'll
Hook
run
mine
your,
up to a boat battery.
Yeah, it'll run your CPAP overnight. I actually last time, so we going back to like going fishing, like at Shoals, at fish camp.
Yeah.
Like I just make sure I got a full tank of gas in my Tahoe, and I plug that inverter into my 12-volt plug, my cigarette lighter, and that converts that up to steps up to 110.
Yep.
And I just let that baby run with the air conditioner on. Fold the seats down in the back. Put a little I put like an actual like a full size mattress, like a full size, not a queen or a twin, but like a full. It'll fit perfectly up against the driver's seats in the Tahoe with the hatch shut, and then you can.
See, I got to have the hatch open on the camper shell because of the short beds to get an air mattress to fit in the bed of the truck.
Really? Well, the hatch will shut in the Tahoe, but then you got to leave. You let the window cracked. You know, like I did this. So we went on a couple guys. We went duck hunting in Arkansas.
Yeah.
And it was like a very primitive duck hunt. Like we're not spending the money on a hotel. We're not doing all that fancy schmancy shit. We're gonna. The one guy that had the lease down there, like he had an RV that they parked at an RV park, but it was completely winterized. Like they didn't, like they just ran propane heaters inside that freaking death trap of an RV, and we slept in there. And they were like, well, I don't know if we're going to have enough spots, man. I'm like, well, I'm driving the Tahoe, so I drove my Tahoe to Arkansas.
Yeah.
Pulling a little box trailer. And we get out there, and I dropped the box trailer that had all of our decoys and ground blinds and all of our stuff, and I had that mattress in the back seat of that, or the back end of the Tahoe, and I slept in it, and it was like 15 degrees at night, and I had like a little infrared space heater that I plugged, because we had electricity at the camp.
Yeah.
And I leave the window cracked just enough to run that extension cord through there to fire up that. But hell yeah, dude, I slept like a king. I didn't even leave the car running. Space heater, CPAP, slept like a freaking baby. It was awesome. So
yeah,
I can get down.
Couple local ponds, used to fish a lot. Go with Dad. We haven't gone for a long time, but Zoe's getting to the age where she may enjoy it.
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah, and I think we will this year some. Just her get out with old Pat Paul and I, and we'll just bait it, wet a line and see how she likes it. And
come down the hill.
Yeah, that's true. Your little spot there.
Come down to my house.
Yeah, we. But no, I do. I like the idea. I think fly fishing. I love it. This spring, like I have all these grand plans of this spring, but it's baseball season. I don't know when I'll have time, but going down and catching like bluegill on a fly rod, they say is a lot of fun when they're kind of.
Oh my God! Have you ever done it? It's a blast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've fly fished before, but not. Here locally trying to catch bluegill.
Catch bluegill on the beds. Like you wait till it heats up a little bit, like that first spawn.
When they getting ready to do that.
Find a little spawning bed and get you a fly rod or a cane pole. Man, another local pond right there by my house. Real good buddy of mine. His mom and dad had a little farm, little cabin right there, and they had a little lake, and you could literally, like, if you had like a number 6. Or a number 6 or a number 8, or no, it wasn't number 6. It was like a really small. I'm not trying to nerd out for all you guys. I mean, I do have kind of a little bit of a tackle addiction. If anybody knows.
Oh, we've been in your garage.
Yeah, but like you could get a brand new pack of like Eagle Claw, the bait grippers, the small bait gripper hooks, and that, like, if it was a shiny brand new gold Eagle Claw hook, you could pitch that baby out there in them beds on a cane pole, and you could catch them some bitches on a bare hook, man. Just the shine of that gold
just attracts them.
Yeah, they want it out. That's when you're bed fishing, they want you out of their bed. So they're just eating it up. They're doing whatever they can do right now. Like, get out, get gone. I'm gonna eat you. And we'd sit there and just hammer them some bitches. Like we'd run out of crickets, obviously, because we'd catch so many fish. And then we're like, well, what are we going to do now? And one of my buddies was like, I don't know, pitch that freaking hook in there, see what happens, and be damned if we started catching them on a damn bear hook.
Ripping lips there.
And but yeah, no. So I love. Last year was my first year venturing out. Like, I mean, I fished I've fished some tournaments and stuff back in my day, but like before the kids and stuff like that, But man, that's a grind. Those guys.
You know what we could do?
What?
I just had a brilliant idea.
If we're gonna sponsor a fisherman, it's gonna be me.
No,
sorry.
we don't have any money to do that.
Right. But I mean, if we did,
we ought to do a Dutchman outdoor show.
Yeah.
There's some good old boys that listen to this. Aaron Gepner.
Yep.
Zach Landerbrake.
Our neighbor right over here, Mr. Timmy Rainey.
Yeah.
He's actually reached out to me as far as the in-depth goes. And he's like, hey, man, if you guys ever want to watch Talk Deer Hunting, you hit me up. I'll walk over. You know what I mean? And
well, that's because he probably figures there'd be a few beers involved.
Oh, he knows that.
Yeah. But I think, that would be, could you imagine me and you standing on Smoke on the Water with cameras, watching him fish for 15 hours?
Oh, my.
The content out of that.
It would be great.
And then we just
That'd
let
be
Arlo
wobbly at the end of 15 hours.
we just let Arlo be like, hey, it's all yours, buddy.
Yeah, good luck.
Because he's not here. He's skiing in Colorado.
Oh, man.
But no, I like it. I mean, there's a lot of people that you'd be surprised are, huge fishermen.
Oh, yeah.
I think a lot more people get into fishing than they do hunting.
Yeah.
I think it's a lower entry cost.
That's true. Yeah. And it's a pastime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've always wanted, and obviously this last time to that dump where we go, in Florida.
And we do that a lot down there.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I've always wanted to go out on a charter like that.
We did.
And fish.
We caught the piss out of them.
Yeah.
It was expensive. And it's not like one of those once in every 5 years thing. But
yeah. Well, another maybe friend of the program, Dave Shank, he takes his boat
Captain Dave
down there.
That's where that's why I call him Captain Dave.
Yeah, and he fishes the hell out of it.
Yeah, they hammer him, and I think that's like ocean fishing wise. Like if we were to take a trip, like we could get in the car right now and drive 10 hours, and be to some sort of coastal water. Mm-hmm. And I think if we, if we load up, Dave, let's say we're going to load up the Silver Bullet.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And we're going to throw 5 or 6 rods in the back of the Silver Bullet, and we're just going to take off driving.
I've only got 4 deep water rods in the house.
Well, there you go, deep water. So I maybe have a handful or 1 or 2. Casey, you probably don't have any.
I should say salt water, not deep water, but
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I get you. But like, I think one of the biggest takeaways for me, like fishing in the ocean. I mean, yeah, you're targeting certain fish and shit like that, but you never know what you're going to catch.
No.
That used to be
those damn stingrays.
Oh yeah, or those sail cats, them catfish, or AKA Houdini fish.
Oh,
like you could throw. Like I'm telling you, you could like me and my son Max this past summer when we went down there. We took a couple rods with us, and we fished on the bay. Like we fished
Maxadoodle.
We surf fished on the ocean side. And you get this big old gnarly hunk of squid on there, and you could tie that sumbitch on there with string. You do everything you can imagine. Get that hook on there, or the bait on the hook. You throw that thing out, and I bet you no more than that thing hits the water, and your rod's like, thump, and you're like, God dang it, and you go to reel it, nothing but a bare hook. And Captain Dave, when we were down there, one of the first few times he's down there, he's like, oh, it's catfish. And then we caught one, and he's like, oh my God! Don't let it fin you. Don't let it, with them catfish. Oh my God! You want it's gnarly. Like it. I don't know if they secrete like some sort of something on them barbs, but you do not. That's one thing too. Like
that's the part that worries me about some of that stuff.
So when we went on that deep sea charter, and we made really good friends with our. The deckhand.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, shout out to my buddy Cody Love down there in St. George Island.
I mean, he lives at a dump.
He's an Arkansas boy by heart, but he's down there. He's down there grinding, deckhanding. Great dude. He treated Max like family. He helped us out. Came to our house that night. Had dinner with us. Just a great kid. Got out of the military. Did some hiking and stuff like that, and then decided to spend his life on the water. And I tell you what, I'm kind of jealous.
Oh, I've always said like
so badass.
If it all hit the fan, like sell it all and move it down there and just
south.
Yeah.
But he said, we were talking about, taking. He's like, I'll get it. Like we were catching so many red snapper at one time, like that he literally couldn't keep up. You know, because I had a rod, Justine's dad had a rod, Justine's brother Grant had a rod, Justine had a rod, Maxwell had a rod, and it's like we're just freaking hammering them.
Yeah.
Like we went to, like he said, it was like we went to this spot 9 miles off the coast, and he's like, we call this the aquarium, and it's like as soon as we came down off a plane and we leveled out, and you look down and it is the clearest water you could ever imagine, and it's like you could see what seemed to be 500 feet down.
That's cool.
And it was just nothing but fish everywhere. Captain Wes Trefino down there, and if you guys ever want to go on a charter down there, hit up old Captain Wes. He's a great guy, and we caught the piss out of him. And Cody was like, "Don't just wait on me to get there. Don't try to take that fish out of the water." You know why? We're like, "No, why?" He said, "Because you're fishing in the ocean, and all these fish have effing teeth." I was like, "Yeah, that makes total sense. We're not fishing in Grandpa's farm pond anymore, boys."
Well, see, and that's the thing about like going into doing some of those things. I think like, and I'm sure maybe Cap Dave, you know, he got down there and he had some locals. You know, you got to learn from some of the locals,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I mean,
Hell
until you
yes,
kind
you
of
do.
get into that and before you get brave enough to do it on your own. Cause
There's a couple guys down there. Like I've been going enough. I've been a few times, and like they're it's small enough place and everything like that. And like you can go into one of them bait shops and they'll tell you like, "Hey man, if sheep's head are hitting on the get these shrimp or get these floaters, and why don't you try these topwater plugs? You can go over on the bay side and try to catch reds, or you got a rattle trap, take that over there and find somebody on the bay that's got a pier and let them, you can maybe catch some speckled trout, or hey, the sheep's head are running up there on the bridge, take these and you could."
Yeah.
And it, just kind of as a tourist, I mean, you
Right.
got these random people that stumble in with a $35 Walmart rod that think they're going to catch, 50,000 fish when they're down there.
Yeah, but it's
you can-
some of it's the experience.
Yeah, and that's totally.
You
It's
just
totally
say you
right.
do it.
Yeah,
Just
like
say you do it.
I buy a 7-day Florida fishing license every time I go, and I usually only take 1 or 2 rods down there, and I just don't catch shit. And I have, but I'm doing it.
Yeah.
We're drinking beer, we're on the beach, and we're fishing.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's all. That's all you got to do.
But yeah, that's what I wanted to know, and sounds like we got some fishing trips scheduled. That's great. That's all I want to know. Casey, what you got?
Well, so I was thinking about it, and I was daydreaming
Oh, I love that.
about a dream road trip, where you're headed and what you're driving. Because my thought was, I've got a few spots that I would like to go,
Yeah.
and some of it would be like the Mercedes Sprinter van,
Oh,
just the wife and I
yes.
going out west, but then like some motorcycle trips that would probably just be, me and the boys. Like, this really all started out as a biker gang.
Yeah, we're
With one bike.
what are we, Dave?
We're
Was the Wandering,
Dutchmen.
but not wondering, wander.
We're the Wandering Dutchmen. That on the biker gang side, but we're a 3-man biker gang with one bike.
with one
Yeah.
bike.
Just not cut out for it.
Yeah. So we decided to do the podcast thing. But I don't know. We when I was, I don't know what age we were. We went out west to Yellowstone. We drove it.
Oh wow!
33 hours in the car.
Good lord!
The old Suburban all loaded up, and we headed west.
No way.
And but it was a blast. And I love driving. I love driving places. And like when you go to the south, like it always seems like it's so busy. Like when you drive, like make that drive south, like it's just seems like there's so much traffic.
Oh yeah.
But like when you go out west, like you can, you get into the plains and some of that other stuff, like it's not congested and crowded. But you run into and you find a lot of different things, like on those road trips and, doing those kind of things.
like the world's largest rubber band ball.
Yeah, or the Corn Palace.
Yeah.
And
Well, you got the peanut on the way down there. in
yeah,
Alabama. The peanut thing.
which by the way, I didn't realize like Alabama, like Georgia talks about all their peanut stuff, but
Yeah.
all that's right there in Dothan, Alabama.
Yeah.
It ain't in
Huge.
Georgia.
No.
It's Dothan.
Yeah.
I think the big rest stop there in Huntsville. I think I read something that they're
taking
it
this
down, and I think the
yes!
Rockets.
They're going with it.
Yeah.
Did you read that? Yeah, they said they're thinking like the residents said it's kind of getting tacky looking.
Yeah.
You know the big rocket ship. In
Yeah,
Huntsville?
that's where you know you hit into Alabama.
That's
Yeah,
right.
You're not going to know now.
Yeah, they said that. I read an article the other day, like Dave was saying that I guess some of the residents around there were not liking it anymore because it's kind of looking dingy and it needs painted, and I guess the state maybe don't want to. I don't know all the facts, but I heard that
I read like the
headlines.
Yeah.
Like they want it to come down.
So
They
the
don't
only
want it
person that
anymore.
we all know from Alabama, Andy McHugh, figure out what your state's doing.
Yeah.
we need to
Save
know.
the rocket.
Yeah, save the rocket
So,
ship. Because that is like you said, like that's
Where you know. That's when you
the
know you made
landmark.
it. Yeah.
You know you made it to Alabama.
Yeah. How many people are going to drive by that rest stop now and be like, oh, shit.
Oh yeah, you've been in Alabama for 17 miles.
Yeah.
Damn, where'd the spaceship go?
Yeah, exactly right.
You know
So-
what I mean? You know what I mean?
So, Mace, where's your dream location? What you driving, and who's
Ooh-wee.
going with you?
Well, I don't know. Like I can't drive to Germany.
Yeah, this is a
Yeah,
USA
that wouldn't
only
be a
thing.
road trip.
No.
That'd be
Or
a-
Canada. You get to Canada. Mexico. I guess
Yeah.
you could drive into
Yes,
Mexico.
You could go. Actually, you can go up from like Washington State all the way down to like Argentina. I think there's like a highway. Like there's a path. Like you can get pretty far.
Interesting.
Wow.
No, not that I'd drive it.
I don't know, man. It would definitely probably be either east or west.
Okay.
Whoa.
If I was really going to try to be broad here, I'd like to go to Bangor, Maine.
I don't.
Bangor.
There you go.
I think we should stick with Bangor.
I'd like to go to Bangor, Maine. Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Or I'd like to go. So, road tripping wise, not to sound like a huge, like tree hugger or anything, but like a leafer or foliage follower.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
Easy,
what's
Dave.
going
Keep
on?
it together.
Trying to stretch out a little bit, folks, and kick my microphone.
Small bomb went off here. No
Yeah.
big deal. I want to go to the East Coast and go to like Salem, Massachusetts.
Oh,
For
for the
where
witch
they do
trials.
witches,
yeah, up through Boston,
Bass.
Oh.
up into New England.
Kind of like a
And I
Martha's Vineyard tour,
No.
Nantucket.
No, I don't want to do that. I want to go like during Halloween,
Like the
kind-
witches.
Yeah, like the witches, like the Salem and then like the Sanderson sisters and like that.
Yeah,
whole
and
thing.
that black cat.
hokey pokey, hocus pocus,
Oh, yeah, that'd be good.
pocus pocus.
That'd be
The
good.
girls always called it pocus pocus.
Pocus,
Pocus,
pocus.
I
pocus.
love watching Pocus Pocus. But I've always wanted to do like an East Coast trip, like Justine's sister Grace, my sister-in-law Grace. She lived up there, and she lived in Rhode Island. She lived in Boston, stuff like that. She's working up there, and I was always super jealous. Like I wanted to go up there sometime and just check that spot. I heard the people are different.
They're not. They don't understand or know Hoosier hospitality.
And that's okay. I just
Yeah.
want to see this. I want to go. I want to eat rock lobster
Yeah.
on the East Coast. I want to eat fresh, cold water seafood.
You mean the stuff you get at Red Lobster down in Evansville is not?
No, like
Oh,
I want to
okay.
eat real fresh, cold water, like Atlantic Ocean, like clams and chowder and
Yeah.
lobster and all that stuff, you know. And I want to go see the leaves and like in them spooky little Halloween towns. I don't
Yeah.
know why, man. I've always like watching Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
And when that kid's riding his bike down the street, like going to school that morning, and it's like old Victorian style houses, wrought iron, like picket fences everywhere,
Yeah.
the leaves, this just like that spooky ambient. I don't know. Like I've always thought that was really cool. I
Yeah.
want to do that.
Smoke. What about you?
With 3 boys, because I think a road trip, I think of a family trip. And then not too many years ago, I told you the dream road trip would be hopping on the old Road King and heading out to Sturgis.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, and like checking out the Black Hills and all that. But truth be told, vacation time isn't free. There's not a ton of it. I think I would trailer close because riding through Illinois and Missouri and all that is nothing to see there
it would
except
suck.
interstate. So if I was bound to a road trip solely, like the what do you call that? Is the gumball rally? What's the cross country road race?
Oh, that's,
like the illegal road
Cannonball
race.
Run.
Yeah,
Cannonball,
Cannonball
that's
Run.
one. That would be my road trip. But I know that's not what you're talking about, and I think what's piqued my interest in the last 2 years is I would love to take a train trip out west.
My cousin did that. My cousin got on one at Chicago and rode it to Washington State and back. Him and his
So
dad
I
did.
looked at them going out. They go out to like the Grand Canyon. When I was out in Colorado, I seen something like snaking across and up and around the mountain. And I think if I was just going to want to see the country that I live in,
around the mountain.
I was singing that today at work.
She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming
I really
around
sing
the
this at
mountain.
work.
She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Go ahead, Dave.
But yeah, so that's what I think. That's if I
He
was going
said
to take
snaking through the mountain. That's the only reason why I said that.
but I think that'd be what I'd want to do if I wanted to go see.
Do
a
you
good
think there
portion
would be
of the country.
people drinking coffee and smoking big cigars?
I would do it just to be sure there was.
Yeah, eating from a fancy dining,
Good
eating
call.
in the fancy dining car.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's those are all good trips. I think that I've never really gone to the Northeast, like what you're talking about.
I don't. I tell you what, dude. I would love to do it. I think it would be so cool.
Yeah, I think it would be a nice little road trip through there, and I think it would be like if you took a summer and started south, like say Miami, and just stayed along the Atlantic coastline all the way up, and picked your stopping points, and then you finished when it was nice up in Maine. Like I think it'd be a pretty good trip, and then hit the fall coming back.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of just, the open road and heading west and, driving to like, making it like a national parks tour where you get Yellowstone, you get Glacier, maybe even get wild and go up into, Alaska and kind of make that loop down. I think that'd be pretty country.
I got invited. I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I got invited to a little shindig out west this summer.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know if we're going to be able to make it happen or not. But if we do, I'm pretty excited about it. And I would go west too.
Yeah.
I would probably go east first just because I love the spookiness of it. But yeah, going west.
But I think the East Coast trip.
they only call it. They don't call it Big Sky Country for nothing.
No.
And I wanna see it.
Yeah. I think that East Coast trip though, like if you did that, like and you did it right and you didn't spend a bunch of time in the cities, like i.e. I wouldn't want to spend a week in New York City.
Not
like
a chance.
like it would be just maybe a couple hot spots and then moving on. Like just I'd be more interested in Boston probably.
Yeah.
But I'd also like
I don't know what I would drive though. Like it says, what dream road trip? Where are you heading and what are you driving?
well, because some of the driving is like a motorcycle, like to Smoke's Point. I'd love to ride it all on a bike out to Sturgis. Like I think that would be a
Your
blast.
ass would get numb. That'd be horrible.
Well, I mean, it does already. You forget I'm a desk jockey, though.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you what, if I could just have a car that I didn't own and probably would never be able to, like a big ass Cadillac convertible, that'd be a sweet road trip.
Like
car.
Paul Cotham's car?
Or like
Oh, maybe something a little newer.
Yeah.
no. I'm talking like the
Boss Hog.
What's the Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
Yeah.
The biggest road trip I took was Brazil, Indiana, all the way out to Santa Clarita, California. We took Route 66 for as much as we could. We came back up, and then we brought I-70 in Utah. That's where it stops, all the way back to Brazil.
No shit.
But we did it in like 4.5 or 5 days, so there was not
Wow.
much sightseeing. It
I
was
think
just-
I'd have to.
Not much time to F around.
I think I'd have to ask old Papa Frank, but I think him and the boys took a trip in a van to the Pacific Coast one time as a young man.
Wow.
The guy I went with, his grandpa told us, he said, you guys will never forget this the rest of your lives. And we just thought that was something he was saying, but there has not been one trip I've been on. Me and old Tiny went out there to get his brother from college. There's not been one trip I've ever taken that's left that impact. It was just such a whirlwind shit show.
Well, wait till we travel to Carmel.
Well, we'll see how that stacks up.
Yeah.
I think though, going back to what you were talking about that Sprinter van, or like that Mercedes van type thing, I want one of them sumbitches bad.
I know a guy
too.
that has one. Stocked full of.
Yeah.
Our
Mingy.
Our friends at Mingy.
No, I would want one that had it was like a conversion van. Like
Yeah.
you'd have like
Oh,
a
yeah.
little
I told-
sleeping, like a bed in the back.
I told
and this
Janelle,
and
like,
that.
if we
That
ever
would
got
be
to the
so
point,
awesome.
like, I mean, we've got Lady Tank, which is a Suburban, but I said if you bought a Sprinter van,
Lady Tank.
that's what the kids named it. They've named all of our vehicles.
Our vehicles have names too.
Yeah, Lady Tank.
That's a topic for another day.
Yeah. So, but anyways, they. I told Janelle, I was like, that'd be the way to travel. Like, you imagine they're starting to get grouchy or whatever. They just
Oh.
go back there and sleep.
If you had like a Super C or like a small diesel pusher,
Yeah.
that would be so badass.
Because the secret of it is, or I
Like
don't know,
that solidifies like the American
spirit.
spirit of vacationing. My wife.
Well,
was
it's all about
when my-
Clark Griswold.
When my wife, the Smith family truckster.
Yeah.
When my family, or when my wife hears this, she'll probably, well, if she hears it, she'll probably be like, "You're nuts! Like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to be confined to a vehicle with your dumbass any longer than I have to be." But I don't know. I just think that's fun as hell.
Yeah.
Like, you know how many KOAs there has to be between here and Maine?
Yeah.
Or like between here and California? Like, you just randomly wheel into one of them babies.
I think if we ever got the
Hit
opportunity.
the old leveling button and plug in, and we're here, boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kick out the old freaking lawn chair, get the cooler,
I
get
think-
tore down, load
Man,
up the
I
next night.
miss having the camper, and I told my wife, we both miss it more than we thought we would, but as soon as them kids are gone, we're getting probably a RV style unit, like a little cab over
Yeah.
thing,
I just think, like, well, you talk about cab over, but like, you buy you a big old truck and you get the truck bed campers.
Those are cool.
Yeah, because that's almost the same theory as, and you can go.
The only thing
anywhere.
about those is you can't go into it while you're driving.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the cab over unit, if the missus got to go stop at the potty or something, she just walk back there, sit on the couch and read a book.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I don't like truck camper versus.
No, I get that.
So that was mine. I was
That's a
just
good
kinda,
one. That's a good one. And I
So-
hope maybe we'll. Yeah, I know April is supposed to be our.
It's not supposed to. It's happening.
It is. No, yeah. So April's our first road trip scheduled, and there'll be more details coming out as we get closer. But hopefully we can do something
And that's
Yeah.
not that far off,
in
boys.
the meantime.
I know it's not. With that said, we haven't talked to the audience, so I'm going to turn here and look the audience in the eye. Tell us what your dream road trip would be.
That is right. We
Yeah, let
haven't
us-
given much homework this
No,
year.
we've been
sorry,
so
Wanderers.
busy. We've been so busy into our own shit that
Yeah.
we just haven't had a chance
Yeah.
to.
Where do you want to go, Wanderers? And
Yeah.
what do you want to drive?
Yeah.
Tell us where to go.
Or what would be better? Who would you want to, out of all the Dutchmen plus Arlo,
Oh.
who would you want to take with you on your road trip?
I don't know if I could handle that. I don't know if I could handle the truth.
I think there'd be a lot of people would want to take you along.
I don't know. I talk a lot, and they know it.
I think the worrisome part is old fall asleep while driving guy over here.
As long as there's somebody to talk to, I'm good to go.
Or what kind of tangent they'd get on when they were on their way. Like, what did you say? We're stopping where?
Yeah.
Oh, this bearded lady up here. She does the craziest shit you've ever seen.
Or that parachute. Dave, what do you have a parachute with the truck
Oh, Jesus. Hey,
Gotta be prepared.
Dave's topic's a good one. I can't wait to get into this.
for? Yeah.
So I've been on the same theme as earlier. I think what it is I'm getting the cabin fever. I was out there in San Diego. The weather was nice, and now
What's been keeping you locked in the home, Dave?
well, it's just crummy weather out. It's not
Yeah,
sit
yeah, yeah.
outside
No,
and BS with the boys' weather.
Yeah, you're right. No, I think we've all got the little wintertime blues.
Oh, yeah.
It's that time.
So I'm thinking of springtime coming and having folks over, and anytime that I'm having anybody over, I am guaranteed 9 times out of 10 I'm smoking a pork butt because
Yeah.
it's easy to do. Everybody, it's hard to screw one up.
Yeah.
Feeds plenty of folks. It's relatively cheap, and it's a good go-to that everybody likes.
Yeah.
Throw some baked beans and potato chips out there.
Oh, yeah. Everybody
buns
loves
and
a
you're good to go.
pork butt. Yeah. pulled
So
pork.
the question, though, is if you're feeding a crowd, like you're having the big shindig wherever you're going to have it, what's your large service meal? Like, oh, we got the whole family coming. We're going to have 20 plus. We
Right.
better make this.
So used to, in my family, we always used to, like, if we had something like that going down, it would either be like a carry-in.
Yeah.
Like, we would get the meat from somewhere.
Right.
Merkley's and Sons.
Merkley's. Well, no, like the prepared meat.
Oh, like catered.
Oh.
Mostly Gabe's fried chicken.
Yep.
Oh, Gabe used to fry some good chicken.
Yeah. So we would either go get Gabe's fried chicken, and then, like, everybody would bring the sides,
Right.
you know, and stuff like that. But, like, now, to these days, like with kids' parties and stuff like that, or friends gatherings. Excuse me. A lot of yawns
Sorry
going on.
for.
It's late at the
Man,
lounge, guys.
It's late at the lounge.
Third night this week.
We've been grinding this week, so bear with us here. It's not easy.
We got to
doing
bring the
this.
energy.
We do.
Like
Yeah, we
our
gotta-
wanderers that follow us, they love it because we laugh and joke.
Yeah.
And
So I'm
Quit
going.
yawning.
So taco bar.
Oh.
yeah.
I had Eleanor's. I think it was her
Man, that's a good one.
fourth or fifth birthday party.
Yeah.
We had a taco bar, and we literally just took like 5 pounds of ground beef, cooked it, taco seasoned the shit out of it, put it in a big ass crock pot, and then
Hell
we
yeah.
had lettuce, cheese, tomatoes, onions, cilantro, jalapenos, sour cream,
Hot sauce.
yeah, salsa picante, avocado, anything you could imagine on a taco.
Ooh, that's a good
Yeah.
idea.
Corn tortillas or flour tortillas, crunchy, soft.
What's your favorite corn or flour?
Oh, I'm a flour guy.
Really? I like a corn tortilla.
Like a, well, yeah. No, like if we're eating carnitas or like street tacos, like legit.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but if you're eating what
American tacos.
yeah, what my Hispanic buddy calls white people tacos.
Oh,
You know, you're wrapping them babies up with a flour tortilla and putting just some regular old shredded cheddar on there, you know, or some of that white cheese from the jar, you know.
shit.
But yeah, like if I'm going, so yeah, 95% of the time, which I have, I've been known to accept payment for pork butts. Like I've had a couple paid gigs, which is, you know, a little here nor there. But I enjoy, you know, smoking the meats. And,
How many whole hog roasts have you done?
Oh no, I've never been involved in one of them.
Really?
I've always wanted to do one in the ground.
We
Like
always.
Hawaiian style.
Yes.
Wow.
My mom actually posted on one of the YouTube videos. Our family shindig back home used to be every October, and we'd build like a charcoal smoker out of cinder blocks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
we'd just split a hog and lay him on there and cook him for
Spatchcock a
about
pig,
like,
huh?
you know, he'd cook on there for 16 hours, 14 hours. Takes some time doing it that way.
I guarantee you.
Oh, I love a whole hog cook.
And then what do? You just take
Pull
handfuls of
it,
it?
just pull it, yeah. But while you're cooking it, that skin gets real crispy on the outside.
Oh yeah, I can only imagine.
You guys want to do a hog roast?
Holy cow, let's get one going.
Yeah. Why not?
Let's go ahead and
just
make
throw
that-
on
put that here.
for-
That might be our summer shindig.
That might be our spring shindig.
Well, we got a pretty busy spring formulating.
Hog roast. Got it. Duly noted.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Dutchman family get together. I mean, I feel like most businesses have some sort of a family thing for
Yeah,
their
like company
employees'
company
family- yeah.
picnic type
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
yeah, Dutchman family hog roast.
Well,
Yeah,
let's
there
wait
we
till
go.
it's warm and then we can have it at the pool.
Gosh, you're always thinking.
Ding 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 ding
Yeah.
ding ding.
Yeah,
ding.
yeah.
Hey, not just a hat rack.
Yeah.
That's right.
And that pool's big enough out here. The smoker's pool's big enough for the kids.
Yeah. Oh,
My pool's pretty tight, and you get kids in there and they get to splashing. They get to pissing you off pretty quick.
pretty quick.
There's not
PDQ.
much relaxation swimming that goes down out there at Masonry Acres in my pool.
Masonry Acres, I like that.
Without getting pissed off at your kid because they're getting pool water in your beer or your beverage.
Oh, that's tough.
Like if you're going to splash ass around, you take your ass down the hill and get in the lake.
There you
I
go.
tell you
This
what,
pool's for adults.
the first world problems there. You know, you
Yeah.
pool guys.
Yeah.
Us poor bastards just.
Casey,
you know.
what are you cooking for a birthday party or a big large gathering?
You know, it's a classic: hamburgers and hot dogs and a big thing of baked beans. Get you.
What about that freaking noodle-ridden chili you had at that
I
damn,
loved it.
at
Oh
that
my
damn
God.
campfire party? You
You're
had?
the only one that had a problem with it. Only one.
You know, that was a real good shindig.
I had fun.
Yeah, well, it's going to be an annual event.
I had fun.
Now, we won't plan it because I think that was fall break.
Yeah.
But since we'll have one in the school system, we'll be a little bit more prepared. But yeah, I mean, Mace, you took mine with the tacos because the taco bar is perfect. I mean, that's easy to do. The only thing we would add is maybe you get some of that frozen chicken from Tyson that's already like shredded.
Right.
Throw that in your crock pot with your seasoning, a little bit of water, and then kind of let it cook.
Oh, yeah.
So then you got shredded chicken for it.
tacos.
Yeah. Big fans of.
Oh.
What?
Speaking of chicken tacos.
Yeah.
Well, I'll wait. Go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead.
But yeah,
Man,
just
they
the
have
good
it
old.
all drawn in there.
Well, I'll go ahead and do it.
Well,
with you.
that's what we call it, tease.
Gotcha.
Dave.
I'll go ahead and do it with you. Hey, do you know our friends at Merkley's and Meats got a new product coming out? Did you know that?
I didn't know that, but tell me more.
Well, I was contacted as part of the very prestigious R&D squad for Merkley's Meats.
Do they need any taste testers on that R&D
that's
squad?
kind of where I was at. And I went over to
This guy gets a shirt. He gets the taste test stuff.
Hey,
Unbelievable.
that's okay.
Unbelievable.
I went over there during the Dutchman Day. I went to Merkley's during the Dutchman Day
Yeah,
to
yeah.
get me some
Yeah.
Cracker sausage.
cracker bologna. And I was approached by a high up, very high up
Yeah.
member of the Merkley's and Meats squad.
R&D department team lead, it sounds like.
Yeah, and he was like, "Hey, Big Mace, I got some work for you." And he hooked me up with a 2-pound package of their Southwest chopped chicken thigh
Ooh.
mix.
Sounds delicious.
So this product came to me prepared in a tube, conveniently packaged
Okay.
in a 2-pound tube, a log.
Kind of like ground beef would be.
Sort of, yeah. If you could imagine a roll of
Breakfast sausage.
breakfast sausage, or like a large roll of summer sausage or something around that cylindrical size.
Yeah.
2 pounds of it, pre-packaged, pre-seasoned, literally cut the end off of it, squeeze it out, and put it in your skillet, fry it up for chicken tacos. And I'm going to tell you something right now. It was absolutely amazing.
Them boys have done it.
The texture of a chicken thigh, the juiciness of the dark meat.
because it's going to be a dark meat.
The dark
Yeah.
meat, the seasoning, the flavor was the flavor profile. So what I did was I took this chicken thigh mixture, didn't add anything to it, like straight out of the package, right into the skillet, cooked it up, got it ready to go. I had a flour tortilla. I had pico de gallo. I had chopped onion and cilantro. And then I had a little bit of the Fiesta blend white people shredded cheese.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I made a little, basically like a chicken taco conglomeration. Put a little bit of Cholula. The wooden.
Oh, yeah. The original
the
Cholula.
original Cholula.
good stuff.
The wooden ball cap,
Yeah.
Mexican hot sauce, and just a little shot of sour cream in there. And I'm gonna tell you something, guys. Your tongue will be licking your eyelids. That shit was knockout. I guarantee you that I'm gonna add that. I told the boys over there at Merkley's, when this stuff hits full blown production, that's going to be a permanent fixture to the Masoner menu, because that shit is
Remember
badass.
the, what do we call the go-to quick night dinners?
Yeah.
Gosh dang
That's
it.
a
we had
prime
whole
example.
thing.
Yeah.
That was so if you look back at our social media profile and we were looking at those quick dinner options,
Yeah.
one of the boys from Merkley's reached out and sent a picture on that comment
Oh,
thread.
Yeah, that's where that
yeah.
It
is.
said doing a little R&D for the Dutchman, cooking a last-minute supper in my underwear like Big Mace does.
Yeah.
And I said, everybody knows that the bullshit stops when the pants drops when you're cooking dinner. You know, and I'm a boxer brief guy, so it's not like I'm skiving it up in my whitey tighties out there. But
I can't wait for that day coming down the hill when you
Yeah.
finally go on to those.
there I am in my undies. But no, that's kind of what that's the way that canoe was pointed.
Yeah.
And they hit me up and they said, "Hey, try this shit out. Let me know." And I tell you what, I'm glad they did. and I hope that stuff gets to be a permanent fixture over there because it is good. I do know that they have some available, and it will be available when you hear this. Hopefully they've not ran out of it. But head over to Merkley's. It'll be an exclusive in-store option at their Ireland location. Go over there and check it out. Get you a package of this Southwest chicken thigh mixture and tell them the Dutchman sent you, and I guarantee you won't be let down. That shit is fire, son.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
That is good stuff.
Yeah.
All very good stuff.
Yeah.
And that wasn't even the Merkley's ad.
It wasn't. That was just a totally
Off the cuff
plug that I just wanted to talk about.
Well, it
because
fell into the conversation.
It did
and
because that would be something that you could feed a large crowd to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just glad you're reaping all these benefits.
Get over it.
No,
Maybe you should have made it logistically able.
Hey, you know what I have going on in my household right now.
I do.
Yeah. Just think about what you're getting ready to say and realize what I have going on.
I was in San Diego.
Yeah, I know. There's nothing that you could have done to help you get to the Dutchman Day. I know. My bad.
It's
You
okay.
could have called me up and said, "Hey, Smoke, testing out this new." Anyway,
I did. I'm sorry.
You didn't text me like, "Hey, I got these great chicken tacos."
that's what I'm looking for.
I live a 1/10 of a mile from you.
That's an overstatement. You don't live that far.
That's unbelievable. This guy.
I bet it's close to that. I bet that's about 528 feet.
Is that what a 1/10 of a mile is?
Well, a mile's 5,280 feet.
Yeah, so 528 would be a 10.
10th, yeah.
You guys blow me away with your numbers every time.
Buddy, that's what we're here for. You are.
So
the
yeah,
guy
I love
that-
to feed a big crowd, and I'm either going with pork butt, like Dave said, or I'm going with a taco bar.
Yeah, and
like you said though, to solidify that, like hamburgers and hot dogs.
Oh yeah, that's always good. Too.
Merkley's seasoned patties, and you can
Frank's.
You can buy the 10-pound. No, not Frank's. Snap dogs. We're going wieners.
Yeah.
The Franks are the big dogs. You can get those too.
Oh, I get the big dogs.
Do you really?
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Big old bag of them. Yeah.
Wow. So if I'm going big crowd, I'm getting the 10-pound bag of the original smoked wieners, like the Snap Dogs.
Yeah, those are good, but I go the big Franks.
You throw them in a pot, boil them. After they're done and they get swolled up and pop, take them babies with the water that you boiled them in, that are still boiling hot. Pour that into a cooler that's clean, and that shit will be hot for hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just let them hang out.
You know how I've been cooking my Merkley Franks here lately? Just
Tell me.
out of the blue because we got one. Daggone air fryer.
Yeah, dude. Air fryer's game changer in all aspects.
I didn't think that I was like, this might not turn out good. But
No, it does.
I like how they turn out.
I cook Merkley dogs in the microwave at work. Spoiler alert.
I used to do a lot in the microwave up in Brazil just
Yeah.
because that was a quick way I had to cook
Good hot dog.
a good dog there. But
They scream.
yeah,
My kids get
when
such
they
a
let
kick out of
loose
that.
out of there, just
My kids get such a kick out of that. You throw an old Merkley's dog in the microwave for 45 seconds or a minute 45, and they're screaming. I'm like, what the hell? They're all like, what's going on, Dad? It's like, the hot dog's screaming for help. Ready for eat me.
Oh my God.
Let's move on. Let's get this show on the road.
Good
boys.
news. It's the favorite part of the program.
Yeah, the Merkleys.
Merkley and Sons Choice Cuts questions of the week for
That's
the fellas.
For the fellas.
Brought to you by our friends over there at Merkley's and Sons.
Bradley and John Boy.
Merkley and Sons has been serving the community since 1954. Merkley's has continued to provide fresh, quality meats at a reasonable price. Family owned and family operated, Merkley's provides a full service retail store, wholesale, and also custom processing, which we talked about 2 out of 3 of those today.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Known for their Go ahead,
sorry.
buddy.
Nope.
Known for their Franks, fresh beef and pork, seasoned patties, cheeses, and their own award-winning deli meats. That is Merkley and Sons. Big Mace, I'm beginning to get a little worried about our friends at Merkley's.
What's up?
I checked their ad again this week. They continue to give away the shop.
How
every
are they
week.
staying in business?
I don't get it.
The
Will
way they're giving meat away, that's mind-boggling.
Will you call the boys and make sure they haven't lost their damn minds? Until then, check out Merkley's ad today and see what you can save.
That's
Visit
right.
them at the retail location, or we get a lot of folks that do this, purchase at our local More for Less.
More for less. Other retail stores are located conveniently around
Yeah.
the county. Hey, and to check out Merkley's, if you're not a fan of Merkley's website or their Facebook page, you can also find their weekly ad conveniently located on the Wondering Dutchmen.
Yeah, we share it out.
The Wondering Dutchmen's Facebook page.
We share it out. and
Who's got
hopefully-
the questions this week?
Well, good news is the questions of the week come from a local small business owner that's kind of come into our realm, old Josh Bermuda. Many know his business is Smalley Coffee over there in Jasper. I'm a huge fan of coffee, so
yeah.
I'm going to have to check it out.
Yeah.
He sent some amazing questions. We got 9 of them today.
Did you know where his coffee shop's at?
It's right there on the north side, yeah?
By Yamoto,
Yeah.
right behind the liquor store.
Yeah, it's kind of
It's an Airstream camper.
yeah, really cool.
Badass camper, by
Yeah.
the way.
And I checked out his website. Smalley Coffee does grounds at some local retail providers. I think the local Ellen Ivy might carry some of their product.
Nice.
Yeah,
Have-
I
have
saw
to
that
do
on
it.
their website.
Have to check out Kimberly's
Yeah,
shop and check
have
it
to
out.
do that. So
All right, what we got?
you're in an NBA game. Could you score 2 points?
Not a chance.
Nope.
Really?
Them guys are like 8 foot tall.
But you don't think there's an off chance you could score?
I'm a 6 foot
even if
4
they're-
inch, 400-pound fat bastard.
Even
that
if they
can't
were
shoot.
5 foot tall, they're way faster than I am.
Yeah. No.
I had the confidence to say there might be a chance to score once.
What, at the free throw line or?
Just that's like something crazy. Those guys don't play defense. Early season game.
I'm gonna shoot a 3-pointer right in.
Well, but that's not 2 points.
How do you say that? Hey, here's a quick trick. How do you? What's the Greek freak's name? Giannis Gigabakatumko. I can't say his
That's
last
not
name.
it at all.
My son is infatuated with him, by the way. Maxadoodle. He's
Well,
a
if
big.
Maxadoodle gets to be 6'10",
He's a big fan of the Greek freak.
6'10", 6'11", and be able to jump out of a gym. So 2 no's and 1 yes. Something you know way too much about. Is there something you know way too much about?
It's inappropriate for me to discuss on air.
No.
No, I'm kidding. I'm not really. But go ahead.
Is there anything you know?
I know a
way-
lot about John boats.
Like unbelievably way too much about John boats.
No, I don't think you could learn it. I don't think you can know way too much about John boats.
Smoke. What about you?
That's a wild one,
Yeah,
Josh.
that is out there.
Josh
Probably,
Bermuda. That's a head scratcher.
There's got to be something I know too much
Yeah,
about.
dude, you nerd out on a lot of shit.
Yeah.
What about space-time continuum?
I probably no. I don't feel like I know enough about
Helen Keller.
that. No.
Don't you dare! Don't get him started on it. Probably parachutes and airline travel.
I guarantee
Well,
that's it.
Guilty.
Because there ain't another MFer on this world that didn't know that did know that you can't take a parachute on an airplane.
Parachutes on airplanes apparently is what I know too much about.
I would say it's probably
Take one on a bus trip.
yeah. I don't know if there's anything that I would say I know too much about, but
The law.
I guess that one Nickelback album that I'm unfortunately a huge fan of.
I probably know way too much about MASH than I should for somebody my age because I love it. I watch it all the time. Who would you cast as the actor to play you in a movie about your life?
Oh, this one's easy for me. Who would you say?
Chris Farley.
Yeah, I was gonna say, guarantee it. Yeah, Chris Farley would be
That's
me.
not what I was gonna say.
Who did you think? Go ahead.
Who are you gonna go with?
No, you got to go
Yeah,
now.
come
You're
on, buddy.
committed. Go ahead.
Who is Louis something or another?
Louis C.K.?
No.
Anderson, I think.
The guy that talked like that, the Louis. Yeah, God, you're a prick.
Smoke. What about
He had a
you?
big gap in
glasses.
his teeth.
Oh god dang it, that's the guy. That's awful.
Smoke could be your guy.
Who'd be my guy to cast me in a movie?
I think it's that guy from Ancient Aliens.
with the
I've not seen Ancient Aliens.
freaky ass haircut.
He's not an actor, but
No.
he's on TV though.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess
John Candy,
Oh, John
Oh,
Candy, that'd
yeah.
be a good one.
especially from the Big Lebowski. John Candy.
That's
Yeah.
John Goodman.
That's what I meant. Goodman. John
Yeah.
Goodman. John
I
Goodman.
could
John
see John
Goodman.
Goodman.
John Goodman.
I feel like I dress a lot like John Goodman and Roseanne.
Yeah. Or like when he's in Flight. Remember when he was in him and Denzel
Yeah.
in Flight?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna say probably low hanging fruit, but probably a Kevin James.
Yeah, exactly.
He's
You and Matt Noblet,
yeah.
Kevin James,
Friend of the show.
lookalikes.
Would you rather take a ocean vacation or a lake house vacation?
Lake.
Ocean. God, that's a tough one, dude. Because they're both involving water.
And they're both involving sand if you go to the right
If
lake.
if the lake house that I'm staying at has a boat dock, or like that is literally legit, like if I don't have to walk to enter the water, other than like
The yard.
from here to that door, like I want to be, my deck is over the water to where like I could literally either climb on said boat
Or just wet a line.
or just wet a line or jump off the deck to swim. Like
Yeah.
I don't have to drive to the
Travel.
boat ramp. I don't have to drive to the marina. I don't have to walk through the yard to get to the lake.
Yeah.
I would go lake house. But like if I'm a
We took Smoke on the Water without kids with another couple to
Kentucky Lake.
Kentucky Lake Barkley,
Yeah.
but Kentucky Lake, and that was we stayed in this little motel type of thing that had boat docks there.
awesome.
So it was only a 100-yard walk. So, but it was
yeah,
a walk.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you what, I had more fun on that lake than I ever did. In the
Yeah, I like it too, man.
I
That's
was
a tough one too.
as a individual that has spent some summertime in Michigan. If it was the months of
Oh,
May, June, July, August,
lake life.
I am on Lake Michigan on a beautiful cabin that
Yeah.
just you could see that sunset. It's beautiful. The water is cold. Like you're having a fire in July because it gets chilly at night.
See,
But if I'm going
but you can't. Go
September, you can swim there in June, July, and August.
ahead, I guess.
And then if I'm heading south September, October, November, I'm in the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah.
I think that's just the only way I do
Yep.
it. So really, it's kind of a mix of both there for me. What superpower would you want to have?
I want to fly. Hands down, I want to fly.
Man,
If I could fly, I
Josh
would
had some great
fly.
questions here,
Dude,
by the
these
way.
are bangers, by the way. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
good.
Josh,
God.
you're a badass, man. These are good ones. I would fly like a freaking bird, boy.
I don't know, man. That
probably
flying
want that
It's
X-ray
a bird.
vision.
It's a plane. It's Big Mace.
Well, what about like I don't know, like if we're going superpowers, old Deadpool? I just don't think you can kill that crazy sumbitch, and I think that'd be sweet.
You
Yeah,
want to live
I'd live
forever?
yeah.
No way.
Immortality.
No chance.
Is that a superpower? Immortality?
Well, I mean,
I don't know
sort
if you
of.
call it immortality. I think I'm sure something kills him. I think we'll just call
Like
it
a superpower, I think, though, like if you're talking OG
see,
superpower,
like
you're talking
Deadpool's
about,
power
like,
is to like regenerate and not.
yeah, like Wolverine did the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Everything else was.
but like if you either you're gonna fly, either you have super strength, you can shoot lightning bolts out your fingers, you could do, like that kind of shit. Like, am I wrong? Or?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna disagree. I think superpowers are anything that's beyond normal human
normality.
capability.
Yeah, I'm still flying. What are you going, Casey?
Super strength.
Yeah.
Because I can get in a plane and fly. I can. Well, what I'm saying, like, depending on what you want to use it for.
like Superman.
yeah.
Yeah.
To me, I think like super strength where you could. I don't know. It'd be cool. Like, hey,
Lift
watch
up
me.
Smokers Lounge. And
Yeah, like
carry it
here,
to the
watch
lake.
me drop kick this house. Like I just.
Oh,
But then
cool.
some poor asshole gets his house dropped.
house drop kick.
No,
Woo!
maybe it might be like super fast, like Flash kind of ground
Oh, I
speed.
got you.
Oh,
That'd be a
yeah,
good one.
Yeah.
One hobby you wish you would have learned at an early age.
Woodworking.
Yeah.
My grandpa Bill was an absolute
Wild Bill.
genius wood miser, and came from a long line of like woodscraft,
Yeah.
furniture refinishing guy. He was like a 40-year guy at Kimball, like doing he was always in that game. And I wish I would have paid more attention and could have honed that skill because like I could probably make a shit ton of money doing that.
Well, when you look at what people pay for
it's insane.
handcrafted stuff. Smoke, what about you?
I suppose probably just music stuff,
Yeah.
like guitar,
Like be a child guitar prodigy?
Yeah.
or just learned it at a young age, and I'd be awesome at it now.
Would you rather be like a guitar prodigy or like a drumming, like a percussion?
Guitar.
Yeah. Casey?
Golf.
Oh, boy.
Like I wish I was like because
Tiger Woods Jr.
well, not necessarily him, but like they talk about like when you learn how to play like really super young, it's more natural.
Muscle memory.
It's more
Consistency.
ease of it. So I think it'd probably be golf. You can only watch one television network for the rest of your life. What is it?
Oh, God.
Or streaming service. Throw like one
Oh.
streaming service the rest of your life. We can do that too.
If I'm going network, I'm probably only gonna watch Fox News or Fox.
Yeah.
One television network for the rest
Streaming
of
service,
my
I'm going
life.
Netflix.
I'll try to stick to the original here. One television network for the rest of my life. Huh.
Real head scratcher here, Dave.
Yeah, I'm man. I know
It's not rapid fire. We
I mean,
changed this segment to choice cuts questions of the week for
Yeah.
the fellas.
Yeah, so I got a second here because I'm thinking there's a probably Circle on antenna because they play Walker Texas Ranger almost all the time.
Okay, you know what I'm gonna say?
Wow.
Me TV.
Yeah.
I would watch Me TV because they've got MASH, they've got cartoons,
Yep.
they've got A Team right now.
Yeah.
You know, they got Hogan's Heroes. Yeah, so I'd be a Me TV guy.
Nice.
You're a professional wrestler. What is your walkout music?
So and this is, you're not going to know this song at all. And I just actually discovered it recently. And I discovered it on one of these YouTube rabbit holes.
Yeah.
And it is by a band called A Day to Remember. And they are like a early to mid 2000s like speed metal, punk,
Yeah.
kind of like that genre of music, and it's called Second Sucks. And do you remember when you were playing Mortal Kombat
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
PlayStation or N64, not PlayStation, N64?
Yeah.
And at the beginning of every match, it always had that real fight, like that big, or like finish him.
I think that was on PlayStation.
No, it was on Mortal Kombat, which I mean, wherever
Well,
it
Mortal
came out,
Kombat on play. You could play it on
I
PlayStation.
played it on Nintendo 64.
Okay.
But that it's like super hardcore, fast, like drum breakdown, and like this. Yeah, but that would be mine. Like it's like fight. You know what I mean? You go after it. But yeah, I don't know. That would
Smoke,
be
what about you?
Oh, you're gonna make fun of me. Chris Ledoux, this Cowboys hat. That's
Oh,
always got me
my
fired up.
God.
That gets you fired up.
I'm telling you.
Oh my
Hey
goodness.
Tex, where'd you park your horse?
That's exactly the one.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hey, can you ride a black tornado across the western sky? You know that one?
That's the same song.
Rope an old blue northern and milk him till he's dry.
I think his boy tours now.
Yeah.
Does he?
Yeah.
Ned.
Yeah, Ned Ledoux.
Ned.
That's his name.
I wish my name was Ned.
I am going.
Zed is dead, baby.
I'm going the White Stripes Seven
Nation
Army.
Army.
Seven Nation Army.
Yeah.
Because I
that's a
heard that
banger.
song at the Big House watching Michigan play in a triple overtime game, and there's
Oh,
nothing like
my.
110,000 people.
What do you mean by the big house?
That's what they call Michigan.
Michigan
God,
Stadium.
David. That's
Good-
okay. It's
good
okay.
yawn there.
It's okay.
Or you-
we'll learn you up.
Are you upset? I thought you were upset about your yawn that you.
Well,
just
I did
massively
yawn
let
like
out.
hell, but no, I was upset that David didn't know what the big house
I
was.
thought you were
Yeah.
talking about jail.
No friend, no friend. So that would be mine because there was nothing like 110,000 going nuts to it, but I like it. Last question. They've been great, Josh. We appreciate it so much.
These are absolute bangers, man.
Favorite genre of music?
Man, one would never think that me would be me. One would never think
I are hard rocker.
yeah, like I am literally like
I don't know why you think that. Everything about you screams heavy metal, hard rock.
yeah. But we're going to see Tyler Childers and Marcus King in June. Like I Chris Knight, Zach Bryan.
By the way, Zach Bryan
Bailey-
didn't play on WBDC.
Yeah,
Into the Orange.
Bailey Zimmerman, Bailey Zimmerman, like that whole new genre of like modern outlaw country shit. Like I mean, do you call it that?
I think
mean,
it's
what-
I think it's Americana.
Well, but if you
Americana.
ask Tyler Childers, he quoted somebody else because that was somebody won an award like 40 years ago for like a Grammy in Americana, and it's well, Americana isn't real music; it's just country music, but you can't call it that because it doesn't fit the mold.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, they.
I
Call
like
it
the
that,
country music that doesn't talk
think-
about coon dogs and drinking beer and
but tailgates down.
It-
And she had a bikini.
yeah, and Walmart parking lots.
So
and
you
all
like
that dumb
probably
shit.
what would they call that? Like a neo traditional country?
That's
No,
why I
like,
hung
I'm
my
just-
head. I don't know what to call it. What I like. But I like
You're
I
a
would
huge
probably,
outlaw country guy, like old school outlaw, like Waylon and all that.
for
like,
sure.
Yeah.
But like you get, it's hard for me to peg down one genre though.
Yeah.
Because I think Waylon and all of them are not what Tyler Childers and Benjamin Todd are.
No,
And it's a tough one.
it is tough, but like for me,
You know what? Yeah, I got the answer. Story songs.
story songs.
I don't care if it's Snoop Dogg or Tyler Childers,
Yeah.
or Waylon or Johnny Cash, or Frank Sinatra.
Chris
I
Knight.
like a good.
Chris Knight sings a lot of
Oh God,
really
dang! Down the river.
down the river like that. If you don't know what a story song is, do the Dutchman a
Down there in
solid.
Slaughters, Kentucky.
Do the Dutchman a solid and look up Chris Knight Down the River. And
Love in a 45.
and
That's a good one.
tell me that's not a story song, but yeah.
Yeah, so I think story song is my favorite genre. I
That's a
just
good
don't
one.
care what slot it fits in the
Yeah.
regular definition.
I like. I'm in that country vein across all spectrums, but I also appreciate some of that, Jimi Hendrix sound
Oh yeah, dude.
that you got, that heavy guitar
yeah.
rock.
Which
Kind
what
of
we
70s,
cut our teeth on
60s.
as kids, man. For me, I know.
But I enjoy the country. I love me a good, that traditional Hank Williams sound. That the kind of stuff that early.
Yeah.
The Bakersfield sound with those boys, and
Yeah.
you got Dwight Yoakam into that. Like, I appreciate getting dry. I appreciate anything that is instrumental
Oh yeah.
to the extent of it's not overly produced.
Yeah.
If you can't play it acoustically and it sound good,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm interested.
I could only imagine my
Does
mom.
that make sense?
It
Yeah.
does.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's where I'm at.
I can only imagine my mom watching this episode when it comes out and like going on her phone and looking up A Day to Remember and playing a couple of those songs and just looking at the look on her face and like, what in the hell is this shit? You know what I mean? But anyway,
So
that's
those
just me, man.
those are our Merkley and Sons Choice Cuts questions of the week for the fellas.
Man, that coffee
Josh-
shop's not far from my work. I might have to go down and get a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
from
Josh
here
brought
next
the
week.
questions
It's good
there.
shit. I've had it.
Josh brought the questions there, and he was with a friend, I guess would be a mutual friend of ours, old John Colley, old attorney for Kimball Electronics, retired now. I think John's a fan of the show as well. So we appreciate the questions. Now, as we get ready to wrap it up and we kind of get into these final thoughts, fellas. There is somebody we need to thank today.
Has anybody noticed anything different about these?
My cans with no koozies, perhaps?
Has anybody noticed anything about these cans of Busch Light we've been drinking tonight?
Or the case behind us, as you'll notice, kind of.
Oh, no, that's not a case of beer, is it? That's a tackle box.
It's a daggone tackle
Oh,
box, what that is.
No, it's not. It's a tackle box pack of Busch Light.
Limited edition,
Limited
baby.
edition.
Collector's
Now,
edition.
To preface this, we are not sponsored by Busch Light. If that would happen,
That would be absolutely
oh my Lord.
amazing.
But local company, our friends at Hedinger Beverage,
Reached out completely unprovoked.
unprovoked, Andrea Hedinger Grommelspacher.
Grommelsbacher. Nice, Casey. Nailed it.
Grommelspacher. Had to break it down there. Andrea reached out and said, hey, would you guys like some of these not on the store shelf yet Busch Light cans?
Duh.
You want to know how hard the arm got twisted? It was. Oh, stop!
If you
Stop.
could have read, the text message thread between Casey and Dave and I, and when we seen that, and David screenshot that immediately, and we were like, "Oh my god,
God,
oh my god,
don't screw this up for
oh my
us.
god, Dave, oh my god,
So we want
fangirl."
and we obviously we are not shy of drinking a few cold ones while we do this. But
By the way,
Andrea and the crew, they gave them to us, and we are like, well, what do you want us to do? And they're like,
just give us a plug.
just give us a plug. And it's like,
She said She said, I think it would be cool to hear about us and draw some local flair.
yeah.
And that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's right.
So Hedinger Beverage has been there for a long time. They're their official provider of Anheuser-Busch products in the area.
Busch.
Also, the Dad's Root Beer product
Yep.
line comes from those
Yeah.
guys. And they have a store there at their shop south of Jasper, Beer Gear and More.
Little did you
Yeah,
know
Little
St.
did you
Charles.
know,
that you could go to
Beer Gear and More.
whatever the
More.
address is on St. Charles Street in Jasper
Yeah.
and check out Hedinger Beverages, Beer Gear and More, and go in there and you could buy anything you could imagine beer related
Neon
Yeah.
signs.
for your
flags,
man cave,
clocks.
Yeah.
for your living room, for your study.
Unreal.
Yeah.
You
They
really
got it all.
could. So
Yeah.
for the ladies out there,
Oh yeah.
if your man's birthday's coming up and
Oh,
they're into drinking cold ones,
Who would not like
Go
something
check that out.
special from Beer Gear?
now
and
here's
More?
the crazy
Hey, for
thing.
the guys out there whose ladies may be into drinking
Yeah,
cold
that's true.
ones, and they got a birthday coming up.
Yeah, Valentine's Day is coming up. Nothing says I love you like a neon sign. So, Andrea, thank you. The cans are awesome.
That's what I was gonna say.
Folks, when you get your hands on those are amazing. You're not going to want to drink them, but you're
No.
going to because it's Busch Light.
This
and
one
that's
here,
what we do.
so it says on the box, it says catch all four. So it must be a multi-species type thing that Busch Light's running. These are the collector's edition for the largemouth bass.
That's right.
yeah,
And I tell you what, these are cool ass cans. Boys.
we're going to try to collect all four,
You
obviously.
know that we are. So,
And it's kind of. Do you remember when the camo cans came out?
Duh.
How cool is that?
yeah.
Now here they've got these.
And
They're
the
awesome.
bushels. Remember the busher?
Oh
The
yeah,
bushel
for the farmers.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
nothing like drinking for the farmers.
That's right.
So
Appreciate it, Hedinger's Beverages.
Yeah,
Andrea,
thank you,
thank you
Andrea,
for
for
keep
reaching out.
for
Hell yeah.
listening. Keep listening. Anytime you want to give us beer, we will never say no.
Exactly.
We will never say no. So,
Casey, what's your final thought?
well, I go last.
Okay.
Go ahead. I've
My
always
fi-
gone.
My final thought is I cannot wait to see what the next step is. Today, since we've started, today I feel like was probably the best, maybe not one of, but
It
probably
is the best.
it might have been the best day that we've had.
Yeah.
Our networking is working.
Yeah.
We're getting super badass shout outs. We're getting super badass in-kind contributions. We have some cool things coming your way that we absolutely cannot wait
Oh yeah.
to tell you and to show you about. It's just so awesome to see the following that we're building.
Yeah.
Our brand is starting to transform.
Yeah.
And I cannot be, David and I,
Yeah, it's
like
been a
we
wild day.
and Casey, like we are just, I am fangirling hard to know that we landed an interview with a guy that I am
don't even.
super excited about.
Yeah.
And you guys are going to have to stay tuned for that. And we're
Yeah.
not going to talk about any more than that. But thank you to our sponsors. Thank you for the ones that have reached out that potentially want to become our sponsors. And don't forget, rapid fire questions are the
Choice
cuts for the fellas. Get those questions, guys. We need to fill up our tank. If you got some questions, please feel free to reach out to us, and get those questions in so we can get them answered for you. Because I know you guys are all
And we've still got a few in the hopper.
Yeah, I know you guys are all wondering about some things, and we would love to get with you. So,
yeah,
appreciate it.
Smoke, we got.
Same thing. So episode 15, we're 15 weeks in. 16 if you count the hidden forbidden episode that never saw the light of day.
It never will.
But here we are with some really good sponsors, taking a gamble on us, and we're super happy about it. We've been upgrading gear. A lot of that's coming in here soon. The next episode will probably be on set updated gear.
Yeah.
That stuff's going to make us hopefully better and better
Sound
sounding.
more beautiful.
The interview show, so by the time this comes out,
It'll
you'll
be already
have
out. You
one
already
under your
listened to
belt.
episode 1.
And hopefully by the time this comes out, we've got a plan for a second one. I think that's going to be really cool to get some more people involved.
yeah.
And hopefully we can kind of maybe do a little bit of traveling around, have a little bit different background. With the new gear and
That's
the
right.
new show. Spring's coming up. We're really working hard trying to figure out which way we're going to go for some sort of merch. We know everybody's wanting to figure something out with
it's
shirts or hats or
definitely
something.
on the docket.
So that's another thing that's been on our list. So bear with us. I know we keep talking about it and haven't got a whole lot. We've got our stickers out and some things like that, but it'll be coming soon. We can't wait to get it out to you.
If you want stickers, we can't go and just track you down like an old bloodhound.
Yeah.
If
we
you
can't
want
read your mind, we do
if
a
you
lot.
want a sticker, send us a note. Reach out to us. Facebook, Instagram,
whatever.
Twitter, Snapchat, whatever you want. If you want a sticker, hit me up. We'll try to do our best to get it to
Yeah, we'll
you.
make it work. I don't know if in my life I've done some pretty cool things. Like, I'm going to admit, all of us getting
Are you
married.
serious?
What?
Are you serious?
What?
You're about to make me tear up.
Stop it, buddy. But I can't say that when we started this that we thought we have over 4 episodes, 1,000+ views.
Yeah.
I mean, we get an episode and within a week's time it's got 500-600 views.
Yeah.
We're getting things with Spotify are
Over
taking off.
10,000 views in our YouTube channel.
Yeah, our Facebook page is almost to over 700. There may be a hell of a party when we hit 1,000.
Damn right. Or some sort of giveaway for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And then our Twitter is getting close to 100. I'm working hard on trying to grow that. But I just can't. And there was a post by Arlo when he was in here with us the first episode we did. I honestly believe that there's a lot of people think that we just show up and it's easy and it's done.
No, it's
and it's not. And there's a lot of conversations. I talk to these guys probably more than I talk to my wife.
You know that.
And it's just always about how can we make this better? How can we improve what we're doing? Like we're talking about upgrading gear, and we thought, well, it's perfect with Dave because he's got gear. And now we're like, we need to upgrade because we need more headphone channels and more microphone inputs and to be able to do all that stuff. And it doesn't happen without us coming in here and being ourselves and shooting the breeze and sharing stories and talking about what's going on.
And it also doesn't happen without the followership from the Wanderers.
Exactly. And that's
those numbers.
And that's why we get the sponsors.
That's why we get the sponsors.
And we never thought we'd have sponsors. Like, do you guys want to know how Jay Maxey's barbershop sponsorship is? He legitimately was the first one and said, I'll give you guys some show beers. And it is perfect.
I'll buy you a case of beer every now and then for show.
Yeah.
You just talk about the barbershop.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
That's
then,
we thought we hit hog heaven.
and then he made us a pan of freaking brisket.
Oh,
Yeah.
And that was even better.
Yeah, it was even better. But, we bring in folks that you just through connections and get to know, and Matt Krieg with Krieg Insurance, and
Bubba Brown,
Brown
a
and
neighbor,
Jared and the boys,
friend of the show,
and then the Merkley boys over there. Like those guys, we all eat their meat. So, anyways,
God dang it.
but we can't thank every one of you individually.
Yeah.
But we're planning a couple of hellacious bashes. Where,
Hell yes, we are.
I don't know
Flat
how we're
freaking bangers.
I don't know how we're gonna do it, but you don't know how much you guys mean to us, and you guys are spreading the word. You're telling people. We get new people all the time. Keep doing it. Like, for the love of God, keep doing it. We'll keep doing what we're doing. We've got the interview show that you would have already seen now. We've got a list of very unique people that we want to interview that would be good interviews.
That's right.
We got a couple other show ideas that we want to get into and discuss, but damn it, you guys are great.
This is awesome.
It's awesome.
And hey, all you out-of-staters, send us some messages. Let us know where you're at.
Yeah.
We want to send you some stickers or something at least, because we know that some of the sponsors are more local.
But we're ready for our seed to take flight.
Yeah.
That's right. So,
And so with that said, thank you to our wives, because
good
without them we couldn't do it.
Bingo.
But other than that,
I'm done.
I'm
This
done.
horse is dead.
Yeah.
See you later. Share
Take
the
care.
hell out of it. Dutchman out.
Out.